In the White House, President Eisenhower signs the proclamation that makes Alaska's entry into the Union official, nearly 92 years after Lincoln's Secretary of State bought the territory from the Russian Tsar for $7 million.
The Alaska Wild Project podcast is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Barney's Sports Chalet, supplying hunters with the best hand-selected gear since 1963. The exclusive home of frontier gear built for the rugged Alaskan terrain. Your one-stop shop for all your outdoor needs. Visit Barney's today at 906 West Northern Lights.
Arbor Digital, the forefront of digital assets, cryptocurrencies, and wealth management, providing a low-cost, research-based investment strategy for Alaskans looking to invest their hard-earned money. Visit arborcapital.io today to put your money to work.
Tailored Restoration 24-hour emergency home services, helping Alaskans restore their dreams since 1972. Services include fire, water, mold, post-emergency cleaning, repair, and remodeling. Give them a call in Anchorage, Eagle River, Matsu, or Fairbanks. Hit them up at tailoredrestorationalaska.com.
Total Truck and Alaska Overlander, Alaska's premier supplier for custom automotive accessories and overlanding products, providing all-inclusive rental vehicles and trailers custom outfitted to explore the Alaskan backcountry with a unique and convenient traveling experience.
Serrano's Mexican Grill, 2 locations, one on Tudor, one on Northern Lights. The Northern Lights location has their new tequila bar. Check it out. Also see their daily specials at serranosmexicangrill.com.
TheTreehouseAK.com, located at 341 Boniface Parkway, Alaska's own and grown cannabis and CBD store. Ask the bud tender what the strain of the day is to get your 10% off. The Treehouse, where the culture lives.
The Connoisseur Lounge, Alaska's premier locally owned and operated cannabis retailer, located in the heart of Palmer, Alaska. Their cultivated products include Snowcap Romance, Aurora Haze, Super Glue, and much more. Find them at theconnoisseurlounge.net.
AKO Farms, located in Sitka, Alaska, built from the ground up with concentrates as their single motivation, with exclusive products such as their sugar wax, full spectrum diamond sauce carts, and more. Ask your local bud tender about AKO. Marijuana has intoxicating effects and may be habit-forming and addictive. Marijuana impairs concentration, coordination, and judgment. Do not operate a vehicle or machinery under the influence. There are health risks associated with consumption of marijuana for the use of only by adults 21 and over. Keep out of the reach of children, and marijuana should not be used by women who are pregnant or breastfeeding.
The Bait Shack, located on Ship Creek upstream of the bridge. Can't miss the bright red shack. They're the go-to fishing gear rental and guide service on Ship Creek. Tight lines and fish on. Come hook into the action with them. Hit them up at thebaitshackak.com.
Snow Pro AK, your snow and ice management company specializing in business and residential properties. They know what it takes to keep your property presentable and safe. Give them a call for a free estimate at 280-7098 or visit lawnproak.com. Double Shovel Cider Company, located off of Arctic and 58th. Handcrafted Alaskan-made colonial ciders. They also have a tap room downtown on the corner of 5th and E. Stop by today and taste an award-winning cider.
The Alaska chapter of Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. BHA is the voice of our Alaskan public lands, waters, and wildlife. Their goal is to uphold our hunting and fishing legacy while keeping our public lands wild. Stand up today and join BHA at backcountryhunters.org.
We all got the caribou call still after 100 episodes. This is welcome to episode 101.
Yeah.
101.
Yeah. And we have our first guest back for the first of the next 100. Jake Kueber, our good bud and Super Cub pilot, hunter partner, and great Alaskan. Welcome, Jake.
Yeah, thanks for having me again. It's pretty cool what you guys have done. I think Alaskans really appreciate it, so thanks for having me.
I was getting a little worried that our Instagram wasn't going to keep up with you, because in 2022 your Instagram really busted through a few levels.
Yeah, don't know how, but just posted a couple cool videos. People seem to like it, so
How's the OnlyFans going?
Oh, it's really good. You know, yeah. I'm gonna retire here pretty soon.
You can find him at the onlyfansdad.com.
He mixes the two. It's OnlyFans is always in the plane.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Always
give me a
solo, or
You can fit two in there.
oh yeah, that would be pretty hard. Have you ever in the plane?
No, I haven't. No, with the tandem seating, you know,
Yeah,
be a little rough.
it looks rough.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
Tight.
safety first.
Yeah.
Don't be too heavy.
Yeah, definitely out of the plane.
Yeah.
Picnics and stuff. Do you have a go-to like picnic basket that you bring, or?
You know, I don't bring too many girls in the plane, actually.
Oh, really?
It's just me and Olaf, solo adventures. I definitely try, but it just never pans out, you know?
Yeah, they're like, oh, this dude's flying me out. I remember this baker.
Yeah. Good old Butcher Baker, yeah. the number one cock block there is, yeah, for sure.
Let's land in this glacial valley. Like, I don't know about that.
How do we cancel the baker? We need to cancel him.
How big is that dog now? How heavy is he?
He's probably 65 pounds now.
Oh, okay. So he's
Yeah.
not like
Olaf.
big old hoss.
Yeah, originally I thought he was going to be a lot bigger, but he turned out to be a perfect size for a male lab, at least.
Yeah. That's like, for when you're doing your weight distribution and you're bringing him in the plane, he's not 100 pounds. That's going to make a big difference, right? If he was something big, almost human weight.
Yeah, especially where he has to sit, which is a little more aft. So, yeah, the less weight, the better.
Yeah. He's just totally comfortable in there too, huh?
Yeah, throwing his, he hates the headset that I throw on him, to protect his hearing, but he just lays down and goes to sleep.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Is there like a dog-specific one?
Yeah, it's called Rec Specs.
I'll pull that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you have a picture on your thing with him, with it on, right?
Yeah, he
On
looks
his
pretty goofy
Instagram?
with it, but it's not that expensive, and it's worth, protecting their hearing and everything.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
Okay, so those are
those
are goggles.
Yeah, so they have goggles, and then they also have the hearing protection too.
Dude, you
That's
need
cool
to
they got
get
that
those
going.
goggles and get a picture of them in them. You look so cute.
Oh, dude.
So is it this like right here, or is it? Whoa!
Oh,
Wow!
Twisted it off. Hold on. Technical difficulties
Damn,
there.
it's the first time we've had that happen.
It's a righty.
It lasted 99 episodes. That little part, yeah. You can screw just that part, yeah, in your hand there. There you go.
There it is. Is it like this right here?
I think you're going the wrong way.
Right, you still got to thread that in though.
Yeah, those are pretty
You want
cool,
to drop
dude.
his mic while he fixes it, Daniel? There we go.
Did the cat have those
not
from the Instagram? The what is it? The Meowton cat. Have you seen this?
No.
Dude, one of the guys, Galen Nelson, Galen, he is telling me about his buddy that,
He's got a thing for cat.
dude, him,
Anything cat related?
yeah, dude, it's
Wild
crazy.
cats and
He-
panthers.
So they took this cat, this couple that they're friends with, take this cat everywhere, backcountry skiing, snowboard or snow machining, camping.
What?
Yeah, and then they have all kinds of cool equipment. So they take these super cute pictures of the cat while they're doing cool stuff.
it's just it's a house cat.
I think it's called Meowton Cat or something on Instagram, and it has they have 100,000
bazillion.
followers.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
bet.
but they're just regular Alaska couple, just
Wow.
bringing their cat out, doing cool shit.
I mean, I see that
it was
more now. People bringing a cat out, or you see a cat in the car.
Yeah,
You want to crank his mic back up? There we go. Jake, is that what we're talking about here? Is that little headset thing?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I think they were originally for military dogs. So
makes
for
sense.
bombing.
no, it's direct action missions and stuff like that.
Yeah,
If they're
yeah.
flowing through a house, or and they also skydive with some of their dogs too. So they'll throw those
No shit.
all that gear
They'll
on.
jump with dogs.
Yep.
does the dog pull its own chute?
No, it's strapped to their
Probably could train it, though.
yeah, strapped to their belly.
Yeah,
Okay.
so cool.
So they land, the dog's just strapped up.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of those specially trained dogs, they're very lean and probably lighter dogs than
Yeah, those German Shepherds are. I think they're pretty lean. I'm not sure.
50 pounds, somewhere in that range, maybe.
I wouldn't mess with them, but yeah.
No, not at all.
Oh, the
Malinois or whatever. Yeah. Is that what we're using, German Shepherds, or?
I'm not sure the specific breed. I've only spent a little bit of time around the military dogs, but never any sort of like training or anything like that.
What a badass partner.
They're wired pretty serious dog too, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's obviously like an attachment to trainers and masters, if they're called masters, I guess, or partners.
It's crazy though that like my cousin, he's a detective and for narcotics, and he used to have a German Shepherd, and now he has a Belgian Malinois.
Yeah.
And both dogs at home, like great family dogs. But like the minute they need to like be serious, they're serious.
Yeah, they say click in.
Yeah, and then the way that their reward is like playing hard, like with a ball, and the way they play is frightening. Like
pretty rough.
Yeah, even my cousin has to like play rough with the dog, but they're having fun. But I was like, I don't know if I'd want to do that.
He takes it pretty next level.
Like they're getting after it.
Have you seen the video of those like climbing walls?
Mm-mm.
You should pull that up.
Yeah, they climb ladders and.
Or they like jump off of guys' backs and stuff like that, super high.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I've seen like the Israeli films where they're like jumping over cars and grabbing the gun, the hand that the gun is in.
They're super effective. Yep.
Seems like an awesome partner for sure.
And they're a little smaller than the German Shepherds.
Yeah. Seem pretty intense.
Try to find.
I've seen a lot, like a change in hunting dogs in Alaska recently. Like a lot more pointers. Like, what's that German?
Starts with a D. Drathgar.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Trotar. Yeah, a lot more of those kind of like real serious hunting dogs where they're not like really a family dog. Which has been interesting. Have you seen that with like the plains, like more dog owners, like bird hunters in the backcountry with those, or
not a ton like in the aviation community, although I'm sure there's a bunch of them. Yeah. But a couple of the friends that are in the archery community use them.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
For like ptarmigan and upland bird?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty rad.
Yeah, we're on the hunt for a dog.
Oh, you guys are going to do it?
Yeah. Yeah. We got some limitations because it's got to be a short-haired dog. There's a few dogs we're looking at, kind of leaning towards like a blue tick hound kind of dog, one of those kind of dogs like that. That's will enjoy outside but still be a good family dog.
Yeah.
I was looking at the Vizslas too.
Yeah.
They're a little small. I see not Gideon's though.
Yeah, his
Gideon's
is monster.
Gideon's is big, but I've seen a couple other ones, and I was like, I don't want one that's like small like that.
Yeah,
and I don't know how you
think like just get a good pick of the litter.
Yeah,
make sure you're getting a good breeder.
Well, I already talked to that guy,
the one in the valley. Yeah,
we're supposed to go out there with the kids.
Yeah,
and go like hang out with the dogs, and I'm sure he's assessing like our.
Yeah.
He's being real judgy like.
Yeah. So Brian McClellan's which is cool. Male is really good too. He's a good dog. I think he's breeding it.
He has a with someone.
Too? Yeah, he has 2. The male is 3, and he's breeding it. There's a breeder out of Whitehorse.
Oh, okay.
And so I think he drove his dog the first quarter of this year. He's driving his dog up there. And his dog's pretty big. It's about the same size as Gid's. Yeah, super agile dog.
Okay.
Good bird hunter.
And that's the thing too. Like any dog that you're gonna like, there's a limitation on dogs that you can find up here if you're trying to get like a certain kind of dog.
Yeah.
And so you have to like now, like when we got Remy, 15 years ago or whatever, they flew her up, which you're not allowed to do that anymore. Like just put the dog in a kennel and send it.
Someone has to be on the plane now.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can go down and get them and bring them back,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
You ever seen anybody fly with their dog on the plane?
Yes.
I saw it for the first time. I was like, saw them bringing
Was it a little dog or a big dog?
Two like medium sized dogs, and they bought a seat. So it was like husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever, aisle window.
Yeah.
And they put the 2 pups in the middle.
People take their dogs seriously, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, and they were in the back. And I get up finally to go to the bathroom. I walk up and see them, and they're just like turning and uncomfortable. And I could tell the owners were like, was kind of toward the end of the flight, and you could just see it on their face. They were fucking over it.
Yeah.
But I was like, God damn. I didn't know you could do that just because I thought of like allergens and like, you know, folks that would be allergic to something like that.
Right.
They wouldn't let that happen, but
Did it say like service dog or something on there? Just two dogs.
Just they paid
My mom
for a
flies
seat.
with her little.
Yeah, my dad does too. But they put him in like a little kennel and put him
Yeah.
under the seat.
Yeah, but
You know,
I
haven't
mean, you're not
seen
going to go
someone-
out with like a Malamute.
No.
C2.
I think you can though. They bought a seat.
That's cool.
And they put their dogs in the seat.
A couple of years ago, we were flying back to Alaska, and some lady decided that she was going to put, which was a total fake, like service dog jacket on the dog, and whatever dog it
It's
was.
all being squirrely and not behaved.
Oh, totally. Like
It's a T-shirt.
It was
that she
barking.
printed.
It was like growling at people. People were like, "This is not a service dog," and it was totally out of shape. And it was like some that would have been like had like a lot of allergens, right? And like the people
Just dander
next
coming
in that
off of it.
row were like, "Dude, this is not a service dog." It made a huge deal. And then the flight attendant came up and was like, "Hey, did you sneak this dog on the plane? Because we didn't see it come through." The ticket agent didn't see it come through, and they're like, "Oh, well, you need to bring it out so then we can check it through." And as soon as this chick walked off the plane, they just shut the door. It was like the best way to get this lady off the plane. It was awesome, and everyone's like clapping because it was definitely not a service dog, you know.
Especially
and,
if it's been obnoxious and like yipping and stuff.
yeah, it was right behind me, and I was just like, it was comedy. It was a comedy show back there. Felt really bad for the people in the row.
Yeah, the folks that had those two dogs, they were very well behaved.
Nice.
Like they were quiet and they weren't being unruly. It just
Right.
threw me off. I was like, oh, wow, you can do that now?
Yeah.
So
There's gonna be like
extra
has to
$400.
fit into the size of the overhead compartment.
can your dog
bag.
squish down and
Yeah.
all your dogs together and see if they'll squeeze in this
I looked
rack?
it up not too long ago. There's not that many rules to it.
So you could
Yeah,
take
you can
Olaf.
find- you can find it on the Alaska Airlines website, but I couldn't take Olaf. I think he's oversized.
Oh, okay.
You probably put him in a kennel and he could go down underneath.
Yeah.
God, that'd be traumatizing for the poor guy.
He would absolutely hate it. Yeah.
He's like, I usually can look out the window with my headgear on. Like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
When I think about probably for the first 6 or 7 years of Brooks's life, my dad took her down to Denver and they'd go to Nebraska and go pheasant hunting. I joined them a few times, but yep. And we'd get her sedatives for the flight
Oh, yeah.
because she would have a lot of anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freak
But
him out.
There's got to be a better solution.
yeah, it's got to be scary as shit to fly from down there. I wouldn't want to fly in the cargo hold.
Like a dark hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
all
and I
cold.
don't know if does the pressure.
Yeah, is it pressurized
Yeah,
and all
it's
that?
pressurized and heated.
Okay.
It
It is heated.
They have 2 different compartments for them, I believe.
Oh, okay.
My
And
dog,
Jake did
but
his
my dog likes
research.
to listen to classical when it's.
Likes to be pampered.
There's a bed of straw out there. That's funny.
Yeah.
So, Jake, what's new, dude?
Not much. Just going along with life. I got a current build going on for another plane that I'll be selling here soon, and just
So you
been
bought,
working on my
like
plane.
an investment plane?
Yeah.
Pull that
Yeah.
up, man. That thing's awesome.
Oh, sure. Is
I
it
thought
on
it's already
Instagram?
for sale.
It is for sale. If someone wants to buy it as a current project, they could do that.
Oh, okay, you're not all the way done yet.
No, I just need to finish the panel, finish up painting, and just kind of piece it back together. But
I think it's more towards the top, Brandon.
Okay.
I want to say
What kind of plane is it?
It's a Kitfox Model 4. It's one of their
maybe.
older models. It's on my YouTube. It's not very much on my Instagram. But
Is it the red one?
yeah. So
Right
Oh, yeah.
here?
There you go.
yeah, and I need to do better about keeping up on the videos. But I got sidetracked with hunting season, and how that goes. But
That'll happen.
Is it a 2-man tandem?
no, it's side by side seating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Go full screen.
Good.
This is
Just an intro.
Bowser.
Yeah, that's old Bowser.
Old Bowser.
I've been having a couple people bring that up, and you're definitely the one that gave it the name.
Bowser.
Yeah.
Sure did, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Have other dudes started naming their planes?
I don't know if other people do. I'm kind of glad I didn't name it.
I don't think you
but-
can name your own
Yeah,
plane.
you
huh?
can't. Name
Yeah,
your
someone
own
has to
plane,
name your. Someone has to dub you the name for you.
but- Yeah.
Well, it's like nicknaming your kids. You don't. It's not like you come up with a nickname before they're born.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like they have to come into the world, and like a friend or an uncle or a grandmother,
Yeah.
somebody has to like find that magic name.
Yep.
And Bowser fit because that thing's nasty.
Yeah, it's definitely my pride and joy right now.
You fit that thing in your garage?
The Kit Fox?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I saw that like the
Yeah.
fuselage, I guess is what you would call that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the wings and the fuselage are in the garage right now. I could probably fit any plane up to maybe a 180 in there right now, but hopefully be able to work on it in a hangar here soon.
Yeah.
It's black and yellow, isn't it? No.
The Kit Fox or
Oh, there's another one that's for sale.
no, that was a plane that Steve Williams built at Acme,
Oh, okay,
and I
okay.
was just advertising it for him.
Oh, gotcha. Did that
Yeah.
one sell?
I believe he did sell it to a guy down in Florida.
Really?
Oh, outside of Alaska, huh?
Yeah, which is more common than
Really?
people buying those newer planes up here.
Huh.
Yeah.
I would have never.
So that was a brand new Super Cub. What does it go for?
That was $350K.
Ooh.
And that would that be classified as experimental then?
Nope, that was a certified plane.
Okay.
Yeah, Steve does all certified. I mean, he does work on experimentals, and I'm sure he'll build experimentals, but that one was certified, and I think that's kind of just the realm he likes to
So
be
did
in.
it have to start on like
It's tiny.
a original Piper?
Yep.
Then? Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know the year of that one, but essentially everything changes on those things when you rebuild them like that.
Right.
That was a beautiful plane, though.
Yeah, it
Black
was-
with the
yeah.
yellow. Looked nice.
Yeah, he did a great job.
Probably
on
on
it.
their page, Brandon, the one I was talking about. The
The
Acme.
Acme,
one?
yeah.
Acme.
It's- So what kind of bells and whistles did that plane have that yours doesn't have?
That one has the biggest ones that it has difference is a different panel. So he has the Aero 660 up front, which is your GPS, and then he has dual GI 275s, which is like your attitude, airspeed, altitude, everything like that, and then engine monitoring.
Uh-huh.
And it's this new smaller system that Garmin came up with
Uh-huh.
to like put in smaller planes.
Okay.
And so that portion of the plane, the panel itself, is a big difference. Mine's more like older style, except for the G5 I have. And then he has Keller flaps on it.
You don't have Keller flaps yet,
No.
but
It's
you're
a-
gonna get those.
I will eventually. It's a really expensive upgrade, and
Do you have to put other supports in for those?
no, I did that when I built
Okay,
it. Yeah,
yeah.
so I did brace it when I built it, which is like different panels that you put on the wing itself, and you rivet them on there, and then it's just not as much work when you do want to put them on.
Uh-huh.
And then he also put the aluminum lift struts on, which will reduce weight by like 12 pounds.
Okay.
He has some other stuff
So
on there.
yours are
but
steel?
aluminum. It's just his are hollow.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Sweet.
We just got the build up on the TV.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he posted the final one. Or no, you did on your store. Or maybe if you keep.
Yeah, I can airdrop you a picture of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do that.
Go back though to all the pictures.
Sure. Back to the front.
Yeah, this plane looks nice.
How long does it
it's-
take? How long did it take to build that?
I think he said it was like 1,500 or 1,600 hours.
Okay.
So
3/4 a year.
yeah, and that's where most of your, well, I guess so it's about, so 150 of the 150K of the price was just man hours, right?
Okay.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah, pure
Yeah.
labor.
yeah, and man, they just take a lot of time, and shop fees are expensive, and so
Did,
Sorry, go ahead.
are they doing the Alaska Airmen's raffle again, or?
not anymore. I think he did look at the contract to do it, and they couldn't sort something out or whatever. And
Okay.
so Carbon Cub is doing another one.
Okay.
Yeah.
When can we get tickets and stuff for that, you think?
So you can go on the Alaska Airmen Association's page right now and buy tickets
Okay.
for it.
All right.
Which, yeah, I mean, for something that you pay $50 for a ticket, and if you win it, and well, with the Carbon Cubs, it's going to be even more expensive than that yellow and black plane. So
Uh-huh.
I don't know. If you want to get into flying, you'd have an awesome plane, or you'd be able to buy another house or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wonder how the carbon would do in a event of a collision versus the aluminum. It seems like you wouldn't fare as well.
So a lot of your structural stuff is still like the
Original aluminum.
It's like the same tubing. I think it's 5130 or something like that tubing for the fuselage and everything like that. A lot of the other parts they have on the wings and, like the inside panels and everything is all made out of carbon. So it does lighten it up. This yellow and black Cub was $1169 when they were finished, and those carbon Cubs, I want to say that they come in a little over 900 pounds.
Oh, wow.
So it, with aviation, it's huge to have that weight, reduced.
Yeah.
So, it takes a ton off your takeoff and landing.
And get better gas mileage.
I don't know how much weight has to do with the fuel efficiency of a plane.
Right.
I'm sure it plays something, but
man, that's cool. When are they going to do like the full carbon side-by-sides?
Oh,
would
that
you
thing's
want
awesome.
that?
Oh yeah, there's a picture of it.
Just super light.
Looks like it represents the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah. Well, someone was saying it was like a cat airplane.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Cat tractors.
Looks like our hockey team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when my Cub looked that nice. Now it's all bloody and
Does it got the matching yellow on the wheels?
yeah. So it's
That's
you
sick.
glue on those little stickers and
Then they're yellow, matching the yellow of the plane.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
yeah, he did an awesome job on that plane for sure. If you want a Cub built for you or you want to learn anything, I would definitely go to Steve at Acme Cub Training and
Yeah, he's awesome.
they're
Got to get our reels up.
yep.
That's right. Yeah.
So any of you doctors and dentists out there,
Yeah.
you're looking for a Super Cub.
Yeah, Steve used to
That
fly
thing's
us
way
in
cool.
sheep hunting when I was a kid, and he's an awesome pilot.
I wish I would have been there for something like that because he doesn't do that stuff anymore. He
Right.
just he trains people and then builds planes. But I think he would have been a cool guy to hang around those times.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, next level.
Does he continuously build? Like, is he already started on another plane?
Yeah,
That's what he does?
Yeah, he has one that's coming out that's going to be similar to this, but lime green and black.
Oh, so he already in advance.
Yeah, he already has
decides.
the fuselage. He's welding on the fuselage now, and so
Got it.
he'll do a bunch of stuff to that. I don't know. I wonder what he'll do.
When we do ours, we'll request the blue and gold.
Yeah, blue and gold would
Blue
be
and gold.
sweet. Yeah, I just want to be seen in the air.
So you want to go gold
Like
and blue?
when Jake flew into sheep hunting, I couldn't see him, and we're above him, and I can't see him. I'm like, where's he at?
Even that video that you guys sent me when I did come into that, I was like, man, it's really hard to see.
Oh yeah,
It is,
for sure.
yeah.
Just
I wonder what is
area.
the easiest color. I mean, normally they say red is, but
Yeah.
maybe
Yellow.
white.
I think
Out there in
white
the
is
field, white.
White's
Because
easy.
everything's so mute.
Yeah,
I have no
Yeah.
idea. They're all
Yeah.
hard to see.
You got to go high vis.
yeah. high
We-
vis.
we have
Oh
a-
yeah. Our
We have
sweatshirt.
we have a yellow
Glow in the
Cub
dark.
that flies in by our moose camp every year. We call him Yellow Plane Guy. And
Oh, I know him.
that thing, that thing you can see coming. You hear it coming for a while,
Yeah.
and you'll hear it, and you know it's his plane because it has the motor sounds a certain way.
Uh-huh.
Because there's other planes that fly around and over that run up the valley behind us. They're constantly flying in, and they're flying high up, and he's coming in low because his camp isn't far from us. You can see him land and take off, and his is pretty noticeable because he flies low. So once he gets past a certain way extended tree line, and you're looking in the direction, and you got your binos, and you're like, I think it's the yellow plane.
Yeah.
And then he crests that tree line, and then you can see him from far away. So I think yellow is a really
yellow.
good color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, it might.
Well, we
blend
can
into
actually do a little
a
trivia here. What do you think?
little
think
trivia
yellow?
action. Yellow. You think yellow's the most?
I think white.
Man, yeah. I guess it just all depends on the backdrop. If a plane's flying into a mountain valley and it's snow,
Well, we
And
can maybe
white,
Google
but-
it.
I think you
Or
could
you
still
look
pick out a
up in the
white plane
blue.
on
Yeah.
a snow background.
Yeah.
and it'll shine probably pretty good off of any light on it too.
Well,
Yeah,
most
white.
planes commercials underneath are what, white, or they keep it that silver
I think
color.
so. Yeah, white.
Google it.
The most
Yeah, easy as to see.
I wonder if you did like the high vis yellow. You know, I've never seen a plane that color, but that's got to be easy to see. You know,
What about most pilots don't want people to see them?
Right.
Like,
Okay,
hear
that's
'em,
true.
but not see 'em.
That's true.
Yeah.
But if you're like a trick guy, you know, like a trick.
Yeah.
Well, you want other pilots to see you. You just don't want people on the ground to see
sure.
you.
Oh, you know, I was meaning to ask, talking about crazy colors. I seen the dude that rides his bike, the Fat Tire bike, and has the jacket. The entire jacket is, you know, like what they give the kids in
the
school on their
reflector.
back, the reflector. But
Yeah.
the whole jacket, like when you see him,
He's
dude, you're just
Starman.
like, whoa, man, you can see that guy so good.
Yeah.
But when your lights are off of him, it just looks like a regular like white
Oh, that's cool.
or whatever, like a light gray
Yeah.
jacket.
He's just got scales, just metallic scales. The color green is the most easily picked up during the day, followed by yellow and blue.
Ooh, nice, Brandon.
Green, though.
Yeah.
Green, that's a good one.
Yeah, green.
You don't see a lot of green planes.
I don't know how
I guess
easy
I
green
don't
would be if you're
think
flying
about
in a
Dark
plane.
green, like an OD green or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Like the green of your phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that would be that would
Just
be
like
a really
star
easy color.
flying through the sky.
Yeah. Or like a baby blue. That's another one. I know it seems kind of crazy. You think about like in the sky,
Yeah,
but if you see a blue plane flying on a cloudy day
yeah.
or down low, that's another one.
Because
Because we see a ton of cubs fly through a valley behind us, and you can just like, some of them are easy. Like the ones that are white with the red on them are another one that seems really easy to
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
White with the red lettering or stripes or something on it.
All right.
What would be your ideal color? What would you like?
So I mean, I would like a color that people wouldn't be able to see, but I'm so cautious that I would be totally go the other way, and I wouldn't like the color of my plane, but I would just do it because I'd be freaked out. And I don't know, just on top of my head, I kind of like this color, this green, but then with like black in it. If I had to do that,
Brandon?
I would do like the color, the Dallas Cowboys.
oh,
So like a blue with the silver.
Straight loser color?
yeah, I'll do it Seahawks colors, bro.
I was going to say camo.
Hopefully
Yeah,
we'll,
camo.
Camo.
hopefully we'll see you boys in the NFC Championship. Let's see.
I think the Seahawks lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got killed by the 49ers.
He's a Giants fan.
Oh, you guys were
Yeah.
talking about Giants.
Yeah, we got to beat the
my
Niners.
bad.
You got to
I'm
beat
not-
the Eagles. But
Hardcore fan.
Neither
I just like
team is
to,
probably gonna.
when someone is a hardcore fan, I like to just
Yeah.
root
The
against
Cowboys-
I didn't even know that the
Lose a
Seahawks
lot.
lost until a week later, so I looked it up and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Are you a Seahawks fan?
Yeah, whatever. I'm not really a fan, but
Casual fan.
right, I don't watch any games, so
I used to watch football religiously.
Yeah.
And then kids and family.
oh,
came
totally,
along, and
dude. I'm
I don't
like,
got
"Oh, this
time
is
for that
way
shit."
better."
Yeah, I don't have time to sit around all day Saturday and watch college and all day Sunday and watch pros.
Sit inside is like, oh man, it's like prison.
I will watch the Super Bowl just because I like to put
Yeah.
money on the numbers.
Oh
like
yeah, the
number
numbers.
boards or
Do we
whatever.
have a hookup on that this year?
Yeah, there's a few out there.
all right,
If
we'll
you
talk
wanna do
about
it.
after the show.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
what if we
it's
could
just for
do
candy bars, right?
yeah,
That's
Twix.
right.
Well, it's
Twix.
Twix or Kit Kat.
Twix, all right.
The no Reese peanut butter cups?
That's the next level one.
Okay, I was going to say, I'm not
yeah.
even in that board then.
That's a
Yeah.
hundo square one.
Yeah, Hundo.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to get on that.
So, Jake, you have a new business going on?
Do I have a new business?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought about opening something up, but
He's in the reels business, dude.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, is there something else to that? I mean, did you have a business idea? Or is,
you
this
wanna
something that we
talk
want to
about
talk
it?
about?
Yeah, I'll talk
Maybe
about
episode
it.
201.
I'll talk about it just because.
Jake's Reels Company.
Yeah. It's called Alaska Super Cub Solutions. And basically, it's like if you.
You got a website yet?
No.
Okay. All right.
It's basically I have a logo and application in for a Part 135, which a Part 135 basically allows you to transport people in an aircraft and like bring them to do stuff. And
Oh,
you know,
okay.
there's so many rules with the FAA, but that Part 135 allows you to do these things. So it would be like you would come to me and we would basically create your adventure in Alaska, right, out of the Super Cub. So
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
so you would be like, hey, I want to do these things. We have 3 days. Like, which direction can we go? And, you know, we'll piece it together. We'll talk about it. And then we'll, like, execute said plan but it's all based out of the Super Cub, and it's all based on like, oh, you want to follow like the bush pilot life or whatever. And so you would hire me, and we would go adventure and do that stuff together. And it could be 1 day, it could be 7 days, you know, it could be however long you want to do it, as long as I can be there, right?
Sure, weather permitting.
Yeah, weather permitting and everything, and the plane's good. And then eventually grow it into like, we'll have 2 planes, so, you know, a husband and a wife can go on an adventure. And basically you, instead of coming to Alaska and like driving to Talkeetna and going fishing on the Kenai or something like that, you hop in the Cub with me and we go like actually see Alaska.
Yeah, do some real shit. Yeah, some of the stuff
amazing idea
that like we had talked, that Jake had talked about, is because you're like into the wings. The, what are they called again? The wing.
Oh, speed flying,
and then you know, pack rafting. Then there's all these things that, you know, Jake knows how to do, that someone that has a passion for adventure can be like, okay, well, can we include this in the trip too? And
you can make an epic package,
right? And Jake can make like a custom package for whatever adventure they want, low key or like tons of adventure, hike the mountain, you know, do speed wing or go pack rafting or whatever it is. It just seems like such a rad idea for someone that's come up to Alaska and wants to go on a real adventure.
Except it's booked the 7th, August 7th. To the 15th.
Yeah, that's right.
Might be a little busy.
So the idea behind the company is I'm so tired of hearing younger pilots like me, younger commercial pilots like me, that are like, well, I can't do the things that I want to do. I can't get these jobs, bush flying and everything like that. And I just kind of want to take a risk on some of the younger guys. And I would give them that job. Like I would be a facilitator. Alaska Super Cub Solutions would be a facilitator for those guys to take these people out and do these adventures. And like, they're young, they're, you know, they're motivated. They want to get out there. They want to do cool stuff. They want to make smart decisions, you know. And there's a bunch of guys that I know that would join and be like, yeah, I want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
And so it's not necessarily for me to take out these guys and everything like that. Obviously, I'll have to start it and like, you know, ignite the company. But it's a lot of it's for the younger pilots.
Yeah.
And, you know, and then people want to come up here and venture. I think that's a really solid way to come adventure.
Yeah, what a cool twist on Alaskan experience.
Yeah.
What do you think's one of the major obstacles?
Major obstacles is the FAA. So a Part 135 can be like 3 different things, I believe. You can be a single pilot, you can be a basic, and then there's one other one. And that allows you a certain amount of pilots, and so it's like, obviously single pilot is the first one I applied for, and then you can apply for basic, and I think it allows like 3 planes or something. I need to do the research. I don't know the absolute correct numbers, but basically applying for those and getting those is the biggest obstacle. And what I would really like to do is have everyone have their own single pilot, so they have their own company, right? And Alaska Super Cub Solutions is the umbrella.
Got it.
So
like distributors kind of style.
Yeah, but I applied for my Part 135 like a year and a half ago, and I'm number 66 on the list, I think.
What'd you start at?
I think it was like 79
Oh,
or 80
wow,
or
it's
something.
that slow?
It's so freaking slow.
Oh.
I don't know what's slow about it. It seems like they don't want to create business, but
They just find tooth combing it.
Can we like drop off a couple cases of the double shovel there?
I wish I could.
Yeah, are they local or?
The FAA obviously is federal, but there is a local branch.
Yeah, and is that who you're dealing with?
I don't know who I'm dealing with yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gave me a like point of contact and everything like that, but it's like, oh, here's your point of contact. You're number 66 on the list. We'll contact you when we're ready.
Bummer. It sounds like getting a boat slip.
Yeah, it's exactly.
I was just thinking that. Yeah. You want my mom to call?
Oh,
She's pretty.
And she has empanadas too.
Yeah, she'll come through with empanadas.
Spicy margaritas.
Like, we need to bump Jake up.
I pulled up the, I guess, definition of a Part 135. Operators are the best safety-wise. The pilots are required to have a minimum of 500 total flight hours, 100 cross-country flight hours, and 25 night and cross-country flight hours.
How many hours do you have?
I have like 300 and something, so I don't have tons, but
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean, I'll get to, actually I have like 400 or something, but
Well, if you fly
I'll
to
get to
Arizona
that
for your
and-
trip,
yeah.
You fly a lot.
I feel like I fly a lot. It's
Seems
100
like it.
hours a year or something like that. I guess it's not that much compared to a lot of people, especially that work and do it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like the younger guys that I'm talking about, like they're building up to get to that 500 hours. Well, I also want like a cub for them so they can like pull gear in, right? They don't so they can
Do 2 planes.
2 planes as long as they're not carrying people and they have a commercial pilot's license, which they can get at 250 hours. Then they can build that time and just haul gear for me too. Like
Yeah.
there's ways to
More hours.
build these guys up.
Right.
So
What did you have to have your instrumentation reading for the commercial, or?
yeah, so you have to, well, you can do it VFR commercial, but you might as well go private pilot, IFR, and then commercial.
Okay.
And then you get your Part 135 criteria too.
Okay.
That's the plan.
Sweet.
Maybe.
That's a good
see.
plan.
Thanks for
man.
sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Jack might have like touched on it once that you had something up your sleeve about it a while back, but I didn't know that exactly that's what it was. But that's really cool, man. I mean, you're right about the tourist. I guess like the general, you fly in, you jump on the boat or the train, maybe. You know, or and you know, you can go to Talkeetna
bus.
and jump on a flight and go check out a glacier. That kind of gets you out there to see something cool, but yours is a customized.
Well, yeah, it's very personal. It's you and I,
and intimate.
We're figuring out what we want to do, and like things will change obviously as you're going out and doing these things. It's not just like a group of you guys hop in a Turbine Beaver and go fly around Denali. Well, it's you and me going and flying around Denali.
Well, and it brings me to a thought. Billy Malls, we interviewed him a few weeks back, and he said there was something really unique about a one-on-one guided experience versus, say, like a father-son or husband-wife. There's something about a unique experience in the outdoors or an adventure when you're just with a guide.
Right.
Yeah.
And you don't know each other that well. The client's relying 100% on the guide.
Right.
The guide's expected to know what he's doing.
Yep.
So it is a cool twist on it. Like you get to really give somebody something they'll truly never forget.
Yeah.
As an experience.
Yeah, and I think them like sitting down and looking at a map or something like that, and like this list of ideas, and they get to pick what they want to do, and they have this idea when they come into Alaska of what all the things they want to do, and well, we just execute that plan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Would it be seasonal,
Fantastic.
or you think you do some stuff in the winter?
Do some stuff in the winter. Obviously, there's like the November through January is a tough time to get out, but
Yeah,
you could do like day trips and stuff like that.
I mean, I think the coolest trip I've been out on with Jake was in February. We flew just south of Denali Park, and we went ptarmigan hunting, and I mean, you were seeing a part of Alaska that you just can't access other than the plane, and then just like it was really cool to see like the skill level and the know-how that the pilots have to have to land in 10 feet of snow.
Yeah.
The snow was over the moose backs.
Yeah.
As
The ones
they
you were
would
flying over.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. And I mean, Jake had to come he had skis on, so he had to pack down the runway a few times. And then when he landed, he had to turn like in a figure 8 shape and or like a 6, I guess, and then come back with that momentum and get back on his tracks, or we would have been stuck.
Wow.
So it was really
thinking
cool
about getting stuck. Like, what do you even do?
We had snowshoes, and we went ptarmigan hunting, and beautiful day. And
cool.
I mean, it was a once in a lifetime kind of trip for most people. And luckily we have Jake, but it was so super cool. So I think there's a lot of cool stuff to do in the winter. Like, and I don't know how legal it would be, but you could like drop backcountry skiers, and stuff like that too.
Ski different spots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think as long as you have your Part 135, and you might need some sort of safety criteria to drop off skiers or something like that. But
Yeah.
it would be part of your company. It wouldn't necessarily be part of the flying
Right.
part of it. But yeah, you could do one-on-one ski trips where we load up your skis, you hop in the back, we land on top of a mountain, and you rip down and pick you up, do a couple laps.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Load up the auger.
Yeah, just need to get that Abby
There you
training
go.
first.
Load up the old ice
Ice
auger.
fishing.
Oh yeah. Oh
Get-
yeah,
get
that'd be
dropped
great.
off on some lakes.
Yeah, get some she fish.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty fun.
Maybe we'll test it out.
You
Yeah.
need to, yeah.
Yeah.
Get
See how
everyone
it
out
runs.
there.
Yeah. Have you ever flown over to like Lake Clark or Iliamna?
I've been in that area, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a trip that I'm going to do this summer, and I'm going to just try and spend 2 weeks over there.
Oh, that's
I've never been out there, man. I want to.
yeah. Maybe that's when the kids will go to their moms or grandmas in Arizona. I'll just go with you.
Yeah, we'll just go hang out there. I feel like there's so many like sandbars you can just land out there.
Oh,
and just
yeah.
toss a fly and
Dude, it'd be so fun.
blast.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Cool. Barney Sports Chalet, supplying hunters with the best hand-selected gear since 1963. Barney specializes in supplying hunters with the absolute best Alaskan-proven gear on the market for some of nature's most rugged and demanding terrain. Whether you're headed to the remote volcanic islands of the Alaska Peninsula in search of a brown bear, or the shale-infested glacial valleys of the Brooks Range for Dall sheep, it is critical you choose the right gear for your dream hunt. Don't miss Barney's exclusive brand, Frontier Gear of Alaska, tested from the high mountains of Tajikistan to the extreme conditions of Alaska. These products were designed for high performance and durability. Frontier Gear was derived from decades of experience hunting big game in Alaska. Paired with other top brands, it provides you the absolute best gear selection anywhere in the world. Stop in at Barney Sports Chalet in Anchorage on Northern Lights, or check out their custom website and reference tool at barneysports.com.
The Alaska chapter of Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. BHA is the voice of our Alaska public lands, waters, and wildlife. From national level policy work to engagement with boots on the ground projects from Kotzebue to Ketchikan, BHA performs public land cleanups, hunting and fishing clinics, and community education to help take your game to the next level. BHA's community-minded goal is to uphold our hunting and fishing legacy while keeping wildlands wild and fostering the next generation of sportsmen and women for years to come. Make sure to follow BHA Alaska for upcoming events, local brewery pint nights, and more. Stand up for Alaska public lands and waters by supporting the Alaska chapter of Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. Join us today at backcountryhunters.org.
The Treehouse AK, your one-stop dispensary located at 341 Boniface Parkway. Be sure to ask the bud tender about their deal of the day, because honestly, there's always something good on deck. And guys, listen, this is where the culture lives. At the Treehouse, their dedication to servicing consumers has been developed through a lifetime of involvement in the cannabis culture. They're committed to providing the highest quality products at whatever value your budget affords, while always maintaining the deep-rooted principles that have carried them this far. Their focus is on relationships over transactions, and you can always depend on them to treat you with the respect you deserve. Hit them up at thetreehouseak.com, and remember, you must be 21 years of age to enter their store.
Total Truck and Alaska Overlander, Alaska's premier supplier for custom automotive accessories and overlanding products, providing all-inclusive rental vehicles and trailers custom outfitted to explore the Alaskan backcountry with a unique and convenient traveling experience. At Total Truck, you can find brands such as ARE, RSI Smart Caps, Goose Gear, iCamper, Front Runner, Rigid Lights, Rhino Linings bed liners, and everything you need to outfit your truck or SUV. Alaska Overlander provides 4x4 vehicles and expedition trailers custom modified for Alaskan adventures and outfitted with rooftop tents, fridges, and all the camping and cooking gear you need to start exploring. Visit them at alaskaoverlander.com. Did you fall on some ice?
Yeah,
or
it was
something?
ice. Yep. It was hockey. Filling
Oh, it was a hockey game?
filling my Cossacks, I guess.
Coccyx?
Yeah, Cossacks. Yeah, dude. It's the only time I feel it now is this chair, and it's like when I lean back, the chair's so comfortable, and it must just like there's
You know what we'll do?
just stuff around.
We'll get you a donut.
You know what?
Just a
No,
little
you
donut
know
to
what
sit
we
on?
need so there's these Vermont folk rocker chairs. They're unbelievable. So they're like a rocking chair, But so you would think like, oh, it's going to be rigid and super hard. But what they do is they build the frame of it, and then in between are all these like blocks, and the blocks are connected with each side, like 1/3 the way through is connected with a rope that goes all the way through, so it becomes like kind of like a malleable chair. And these wood block chairs are like the most comfortable thing to sit in. But yeah, I sat in one last night, and it was unbelievable.
Pull it up. Vermont rocking chair.
It's called the Vermont Folk Rocker. And I thought the name was pretty legit too.
Folk.
Like folk music.
Oh, FOL.
Yeah, there it is.
Folk.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There they are.
We'd have to paint them bright white.
Man, they're a good looking chair though.
What's that iced tea on the porch?
Ooh, was there iced tea
down in Bama? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I thought you meant the real iced tea. He could afford these chairs. But you see each of those squares, those all move. So each of them, the horizontal sections of those are all just roped together. So they just kind of will adjust.
Moves. Yeah.
Each little piece will adjust to your body. Super comfortable chair. They're a work of art.
Take me home.
These ones right here
like
are really fancy.
10-year break-in.
I don't want that chair.
Look at that
Vermont folk rocker one. But you could get whatever type of wood, and they're sanded, and like the edges are kind of beveled, and they're legit, dude. And you're a folk rocker. We'll
tell homie out in the Connect to build one.
Oh yeah. All right.
Josh Nix.
We'll tell him at the meat party. Yeah. We'll bring pictures and be like, hey, we need this.
We need 4 of these.
It might take a while, boys.
Yeah. It would be fun building one. It just might take a while.
What connects it together? Some kind of wire?
They just run rope. So it's a contiguous rope. So they put a knot on one side and then just run it.
Does it go through?
Yeah, it goes
underneath.
It goes across the frame. So through the edge of the frame, through the top side of the blocks, like 1/3 the way down, and then through the edge of the other side of the frame, and then it loops back, kind of like tying it through those same blocks.
Okay.
So anyway, it's really comfortable.
I've never seen that.
My neighbor has one, and I'm pretty much gonna move in. So they don't know yet, but
that's good. I've been known to burn a camp chair.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's some good kindling right there.
Yeah, it would be a good camp. Yeah. You just need to maybe cut the price by
we don't have room for those chairs.
99% for that. Yeah. That's a lifetime chair.
How much are they?
They were $3,600 on there. I had no idea how much they cost until we saw. I was like, holy shit.
That's what they cost?
Yeah, that was the most expensive chair I ever sat in now.
Oh my God.
I think.
Yeah,
whoa.
Was it worth it?
Yeah. Anything's when your back hurts or your whatever your coccyx hurting, dude. Anything else?
You just get one chair.
Just bring it everywhere. Does it fold up?
No, I don't think so.
Just have Anchorage yoga or something. You'd be good to go.
Yeah. I just need one chair. My kids can stand.
That's true.
How did you Vermont what?
Folk rocker.
Folk rocker. Folk rocker.
I want to talk about the bear. The bear that could have been.
The bear that could have been. Old Frank the Tank.
Frank the Tank.
Yeah. Yeah, my buddy Jeremy, who was at the hunt with me, named him Frank the Tank. He definitely was a tank.
He was running down the street naked.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wrestling blue.
No,
Where was it?
yeah, I mean, this bear.
Little backstory there.
Yeah.
You were in Upper Huffman.
Yeah, Upper Huffman.
You and a couple buddies.
Yeah.
Now this was strictly archery, right?
Yeah. And I guess to start the story, we made stalks on 5 bears in this trip, and we finally get close to this guy, and guys or the other guys are like, "Hey, do you want to shoot it with a rifle?" And we could have killed this bear within, we were within 200 yards of him for a couple hours. So we could have had this bear dead. And
what were you using for a rifle?
They both had 4570s, lever action 4570s to back me up. And just like the best quote of the whole trip before I start the story was, we should have killed that bear with a rifle. And that wasn't me saying that. Or we could have killed that bear with a rifle. And my buddy Taylor spoke at me like, hey, that's not what we're here for. Like,
That's right.
fuck yeah,
that's right.
Like
Nice.
the type of guy
Gangsters.
like, yep.
I'm talking about gangster shit.
Yeah. And,
It takes a lot of, discipline to.
yeah.
I'm sure it
Yeah.
crossed your mind, huh?
Yeah, it kind of did. I mean,
It's a bear of a lifetime.
it's a bear of a lifetime for sure. And it did a little bit, and then I was just like, you know what, I'm not a big old pussy. I'm not gonna.
I'm staying
Yeah.
by my values.
Yeah.
Was it a draw?
It was a draw. So so I drew a Kodiak brown bear tag this last year, and we made it there in November, and we had 8 days to hunt. We landed with Seahawk Air. It was a spot that I knew a couple guys that had already been in this spot. A guy I grew up with in Valdez, and
This
landed-
year they've been there, or in the
they were
past?
there. We landed, and they exchanged out with us.
Oh,
We
that's
switched-
cool.
Oh, wow.
Switched, switched.
Swapped out.
Yeah.
Did they get a bear?
They did get a bear. They got I guess, a pretty decent 9-footer. I didn't get to see it because the guy had been there. That guy had been there for 21 days.
Oh wow.
And so halfway through, he brought in another buddy and then got the bear out and everything like that.
Why did he stay for so long?
So he wasn't supposed to be there
He's retired.
that long. Yeah, he wasn't supposed to be there that long, but all of October in Kodiak was just the worst weather you could
Wet.
think of. Yeah, and so
He got
was there
weathered
for
in.
like another 6 days or extra 6 days or
okay.
something. I even talked to guys that were there for extra 10 days.
Oh,
'cause of the
man.
weather. So it was brutal. I mean, they showed up to the airport and they looked like they had just got mauled by a bear.
Really?
Yeah, they
look
were in
miserable?
rough shape. Yeah. Yeah, we land there and
What are we doing?
At least you can kill some deer for meat.
yeah, exactly. We get there and we set up camp and everything like that, and it's going good. Weather's great, and we go out and we were just gonna scout for a little bit, see if we could see a bear, out there. And we didn't see any bear, but we had a deer come in immediately. A nice buck following a doe, which they do that time of year.
Yeah.
And he came within 25 yards, so I laid an arrow into him because it was the same day. In Kodiak, you can same day deer hunt. And killed him. Just a smaller buck, but
Got a
good
great
meat.
start though.
yeah, great start. And then
Did it have a name?
it did not have a name. Bucky, I don't know. Little Bucky. He was a little 6-point.
I think his name's like Goner.
Yeah. Dinner.
Dinner.
Call
Yeah.
him Uno.
Someone else's dinner.
And like the first opportunity we had at a bear was the next day after like our tent collapsed due to like 65-mile-an-hour winds, and it was just rough. And we get out of the tent and like tent's all beat up and stuff, And I look up on the hill, and not even 100 yards away, there was a bear. I could see its back cresting over a hill, and he kind of comes
That's close.
around. Yeah, it comes
Really
around
close.
and doesn't know we're there, but the wind's perfectly wrong. So we just watch him. I knew he was going to spook eventually. He gets I think he was within 250 yards, and we didn't make a move on him or anything like that. And he smells us and books it. It's like, okay, sweet. And
Did he
the
just run, or just kind of turn the
yeah,
other way?
nose up, smelt it, gone
Yeah.
type of deal. And then
How big was that bear, you think?
I would say he's in the 9s, the 9 to 10 foot range. He didn't have like that. He was like long and lanky.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Not
but
really
not
filled
like
out.
not filled out, and he didn't have that like kind of swagger to him, But
yeah.
he was a nice bear, and like super brown, like a really pretty color, and like you can tell he was really thick fur too.
Yeah.
And then the next opportunity we had at a bear was there was this lagoon, right, and we were camping right next to the lagoon, and we traveled up right next to the ocean, or right next to the lagoon. And, my buddy Jeremy looks across, and he's like, "Oh, there's a bear," and he was feeding or whatever, and at first it was like, "Oh, well, we don't have an opportunity at this bear just because it's across the lagoon. We can't get to it." But that bear starts traveling down, which is kind of crazy because shows you how quickly they can move and like how quick they can change their mind on what they want to do. And it just starts getting up and starts traveling, and it travels 2 miles. We travel 2 miles along with it to the point where the lagoon hits the ocean, and it's the narrow stream or whatever that a lagoon has, and it comes right across, and we have an opportunity at this bear. And it's like, sweet. We get within 300 yards, and it's the beach, and then like the high rise of the beach that comes up in the grass or whatever.
Like the high water line kind of thing.
Yeah, high water line, and then it comes down into like a little swampy area. Well, the bear's in the swampy area, and we're on the beach.
Perfect.
The perfect opportunity.
Wind was good?
Wind was good. It was kind of like a little cross, but the bear wasn't going to smell us or anything. Anyways, we're hiking along, and those guys are behind me. And what happened was, and I don't mean to call those guys out, but this is what happened.
And they're like newer to hunting.
This is the first. Yeah. One of them, first animal was killed on this trip, and the other one was first blacktail killed on this trip. And I'm not trying to dog them or anything like that, because they definitely
awesome
learned.
guys.
Yeah. They were up on the top of that little shelf and looking
trying to get
for that bear, trying to get a peek of that bear, and that bear picked him out right away.
Yep.
And
it's almost like skylining yourself.
That's exactly what happened. And they got skylined. And then we get back to the packs, and they're like, "Hey, sorry, if we mess that up, it's like, let's just keep going."
Yeah. It's all good. More adventure to come.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, more adventure to come, exactly. And I think it was the next day we saw another small bear that wasn't even worth going after, that was on that deer kill that I had killed. And we found some other bucks for those guys to kill, really nice bucks. Taylor made probably one of the best shots I've ever seen on an animal, which is kind of rare. Or maybe I don't know, maybe beginner's luck, or Taylor's just a freaking rock solid dude, so he can do good at anything. But he laid a perfectly good shot into a really nice buck, which is cool. That his first animal was a really nice blacktail. And then another buck came out right when that other one laid down, chasing this one's does. They were so in the rut. It was insane how stupid they get.
Yeah. And fun watching them, right?
Yeah. How did you not know that we just killed your buddy?
Yeah.
Well, he's just so horny that he
can't.
Yeah, he's like,
oh yeah, score. I'm going to score.
Less competition.
So Jeremy lays that one down. And then the next day we do the same route where we went along the ocean. And
didn't you have some weather days in between here too?
Yeah,
there's some tent days.
Yeah. I'm just trying to hit the highlights. But there's definitely there was one tent day, and definitely some rough nights.
Yeah,
for wind wise and rain wise.
Yeah,
pretty sleepless.
Yeah. Well, I didn't find out till the end of the trip, but those guys had earplugs the whole time. I was the only one rolling without earplugs, so I was the only one getting up when the tent was breaking down. It was kind of a joke at the end of the trip. Yeah, they're just knocked out.
We didn't even know what was going on.
Yeah. But this guy, we were hiking along the ocean. We had found a whale vertebrae. We had found the whale skull, and like a bunch of cool stuff on the beach. And we had thought like this was our last day to execute a bear killer.
Still have enough time to get it back to camp.
Yeah, and still get it back to camp, yeah. And we look up, and I just see them on the rise, and, they're like 2 miles away. It's like, okay, well, we can make that happen. Sort of like, the deer that we've been to. Oh, we see a deer on the mountains, like, we're going.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. And so we get pretty close, and I think we're, a mile away or something like that, and Taylor breaks out the spotting scope, and we look at them for a while, and they're they're just moseying around. It's that sow and a cub, and then old Frank the Tank.
And it's just a monster bear.
Yeah, you look at him in the
I'll pull
spotting
that video
scope.
with the sow and the cubs too.
Yeah, you look at him, and it's like, all right, that's what Kodiak bear.
Oh yeah,
you know, are
this is
supposed to be
like the biggest bear I've ever seen.
It's definitely the biggest bear I've ever like encountered.
And in real life, it probably was even even that much more magnificent, right?
Yeah, I mean,
when you got to that 200-yard mark, I mean,
Yeah.
that he must have looked monstrous at that point.
Yeah, so
There's that sow, dude. She's huge too.
she's a
I mean,
big
that's
bear
a monster bear.
Yep.
Like she looks like a boar.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you see him, you're like, oh wow,
Oh, no.
okay, there's the
Yeah.
difference. But
Yeah.
I mean, still
he
though,
has, like,
if
two
she
humps.
was the first one you saw, it'd be enough to get a closer
you'd
look.
go after that bear
Yeah.
if it was alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd
Yeah.
go after a bear if it was alone for sure.
I mean, just look. Yeah. Wow.
But so we're a mile away or whatever. Wind's pretty much perfect. We're spooking deer as we're going along, and we were seeing like 50 or 60 deer a day. It was
Yeah.
insane. But we get into, I want to say we were 500 or 600 yards away from them, and it was kind of this spot where it was like, all right, well, we need to make a decision from here to wrap around and get to them. But there was two different ways. It was either go to the bluff side or go the hillside, and the hills there in that area aren't very large. So the bluff side would have been perfect for wind, but that sow ended up breaking away from him and going to the bluff side. So we could no longer stalk that bluff side without spooking her
Yeah.
and that cub. So we chose to go the opposite way, which is a little iffy on the wind, but the wind was still pretty good. And there was this hill, so like this hill that he was on, bedded on. Yeah.
You guys like that? Sorry.
Just get me zoned into the story. And there I was.
Yeah. There was this hill that he was bedded on, which thankfully he
Oh
decided
my
to bed
God.
down.
That bear is so big.
He's a tank. And
For people that can't see, there's no neck or ears on this bear. It just goes body to snout.
Yeah.
When I say a snout looks like a coffee can, that.
Yeah. It's like Sammy Sosa bear. Like no neck. Totally doing the steroids.
I mean,
Oh,
the
yeah.
face,
Just fully
the
jacked.
face
Yeah.
structure of like the
Bear
eye
growth
socket
hormone.
to the cheek,
Ronnie Coleman
Yeah.
on all the juice.
Yeah.
and the ears are already gone, and on the side of its face, basically, and yet his like this part, the
look
the
at
eye,
his eyes, how close his eyes are together.
Yeah.
and I mean, it's truly like and the hump is so
Massive.
massive.
It's like you got your binos all the way folded in.
Yeah, that is like yeah. His eyes.
Some 50 mils too, just some. Go ahead, Jake. Sorry, man. That thing's
worries.
just it's a
No, I
big
mean,
it's a big specimen.
He's definitely something to be looked at for sure.
Yeah, special.
But we made a move on him, and it was kind of like a bold move. So there was the hill that he was on, a little swampy area, and then the hill that we stalked him to. And so, like, we'll just say, like, there's a south side and a north side of, like, the area that we stalked him to. So we at first came up on the south side, and that was the best for wind and, what we thought would get close to him, because we originally thought he was on this hill and not the further hill, the hill that we were stalking him from. And we get up there, we spot him, he's just snoozing.
How
And-
far away is he now?
He's I ranged him at 226.
Okay.
So,
Really close.
Really close. And we're sitting there, I was like, well, there's no way I can get to this bear, just because he's looking pretty much directly at us, kind of quartering past us. But I'm like, hey, do you got that predator call? Let's see if we can get him to at least stand up and move our way.
Like a rabbit or something. Like
Yeah, it was like, little rabbit call or death rabbit or whatever.
Yeah.
And we give that a rip, and he just lifts up his head, looks at us, and doesn't even care. Lays his head right back down. He did not give one shit about it. And I wonder if he just knew that maybe he had seen us moving, or seen us from a distance or something, and he knew that we were around. He wasn't going to get up. But I guess later on with his reaction, maybe he didn't know that we were there at all. But he doesn't move, so I'm like, all right, well, let's go around the backside of this hill and see if we can get him from the other way. And that's just like, we're getting bold here, you know,
with
like
the
the wind's not going to be that great. I'll try and get into, you know, bow range of him.
Almost forcing it, like almost having to force it.
I had,
Yeah.
I just made the decision. I'm gonna, you know, try and get in on this bear.
Make
you
it
know,
happen.
Maybe you get lucky. You know, last day, right?
Definitely.
And so I come around the other side of the hill, and we're at like 150 yards now, and it's basically the rest of it's no cover for another 100 yards to get to cover to where I know I can shoot him. Like, I'm like, if I get there, I can shoot him. And so I'm like, I'm going to press up. You guys just follow me. Like, stay on my tail. You guys are my only defense right now. And so I start moving, and I get like 25 yards into it, and I look back, and those guys are still at the hill, just like watching me or whatever. I'm like, fucking get on my ass right now, you know?
Do you not carry a pistol too?
Not in that situation.
Not on that? Okay.
No.
Just light and
Relying
tight.
on the boys.
Yep. Which, so they finally creep up to me, and we get to the middle of this swampy spot, and we're at 100 yards now. And he's laying there snoozing, no idea that we're there, and I take one step, and it's that swampy squish, you know, that makes that like kind of
Like a
and he just lifts his head and locks eyes with
graphic.
me. I'm like, fuck. Like, we lock eyes. And,
second.
yeah. And he sits there and stares at me for a minute. And, like, I'm trying to be as still as possible. And he just gets up, like, lumbers up, you know, and trots off. It's like, fuck, you know, 100 yards.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, it's like, I think I talked to other, you know, like traditional bow hunters that my dad knows, like Earl and stuff like that. Like, why didn't you take off your shoes? Why didn't you just grab a rifle and go solo, you know, with the bow, and you would add your own protection? And, you know, I think about those things now, and I should have done stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like those guys learned the same way I did.
Yeah. Well, and there's a sense of like camaraderie, you know, that we kind of have when we go out. And I mean, I'm sure you wanted them to be with you and, you know, outside of protection too. So it's like, you're not thinking about that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess without them there, right, I just picture an arrow being placed into the bear, and him not fucking liking that, and he knows exactly where it came from.
Oh, totally,
you know.
Oh, I'd want a guy right on my hip.
Yeah,
you need someone there with archery.
Yeah. So,
and you can't like trust someone to like line up at 100 yards or 200 yards and protect you and shoot in your direction. It's just,
it's almost like you got to practice that move. If you're gonna do where you said bring the rifle, like you'd have to be like, and then immediately like drop the bow. And
which
be ready.
Is the opposite of what you want to do.
Because you want to be ready to land another one, right?
You want to
just want to be still.
Or be still.
You want that, you know, the silence of the bow and the quietness of archery is, you know, for predator hunting is a huge part.
Yeah.
And
I think
I wouldn't want to be immediately rushing towards a weapon where he turns around and
sees you
catches
moving.
me.
brown bears go towards you.
Yeah.
If you move.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they say in archery.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen plenty of them get shot at close range. And they bolt.
Yeah.
I feel like the way you're explaining your story, which amazing story, by the way, Jake, well done.
Yeah, thanks.
Like that was, if you've seen enough videos on TV or YouTube, as he's explaining it, you can really envision like the rise on the beach and the grass and if those alders and the swamps, like what that looks like. So I was like really entrenched in that, like you almost reading me a book there. But the ideal situation in that is that you need to have that 4570 like right with you.
Yeah.
Like so now Jake and protective shooter would have to like take their shoes off. It's almost like you going in there with a cameraman.
Yeah.
Like a lot of hunters do and film their hunts. Like it would be a lot to get that close with multiple guys and the communication.
Well, you could see like the train he's in too in those videos. It's open.
Oh, totally.
And I feel like how you told your story I just remember my thought was that I think he maybe had a sense of your presence.
Well, definitely after that predator call lit off, he knew something was in the area, but
Yeah.
the way he acted when he laid his head back down, I just don't think he gave a shit. But he got up and he was like, that's a person right there.
Yeah, and that's what I meant by like maybe him hearing that call or somewhere in the process he caught something and was aware of you but not intimidated or scared of it.
Yeah.
It was that when he heard that squish sound that close that he was like, whoa, that's closer than then it's comfortable, right?
Yeah.
And pops up and looks.
Well,
I just feel like they have a great sense of like when shit's around.
Yeah.
I think big apex predator like that, he can feel when a environment's not right.
Well, they would.
You didn't get that big for nothing.
Yeah, when they would lay down, back into the wind, and they would just stare out and scan the horizon.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool that they just like they were looking out for other bears too.
Oh, sure.
So
Isn't bear viewing just a amazing thing to watch?
yeah, they're cool creatures to watch for sure.
I've fallen in love with it. It's become my favorite thing to do. Not necessarily to take one, but just if you just get to see a bear, that's a win.
Yeah.
Because they're really actually not that easy to find. But then if you get a chance to watch one and watch its behavior and what it does, I mean, that's just as fulfilling as actually taking one. I mean, it is really amazing you got that close to such an amazing creature. It didn't go exactly the way you wanted, but you went through all the steps, man.
Yeah.
You did the process.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely bow hunting right there, right? I could have killed that bear
You should be
30
proud.
times for sure.
Yeah, you should be proud. It sounds like you did an amazing job.
And those Kodiak bears, I mean, they move fast and far, really,
Those big ones
Yeah.
like that, they're smart.
Yeah.
They didn't get that big,
They're old.
No.
from being dumb.
Yeah.
What's a bear? What's a bear that big? What's his age?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
It's
I bet
15 years
I
plus,
bet at
something
least
like that.
12. What do you think that's like a 10.5+ foot bear?
So I talked to a guy that used to assistant guide in that area, and he talked to the guide as well. And apparently the guide knew this bear.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They
and they
name
had
him?
been trying to hunt with him. I don't know what they named him, but they were saying over 10.5, possibly 11 and 30 inches.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they've been trying to get this one.
Massive.
Yeah.
Which it was quite a ways away from their area.
Yeah.
So
What did they call it?
I don't know what they called him. The biggest bear ever.
Yeah. 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 I mean, just last month, really close to this, I was on a ridge and a big bear, not as big as this one, came up on my right side down below. And it was like out of nowhere. It was like, hey, where's my dad? I'm calling everyone on the radios. Gideon's out hunting just a little further up the ridge than I was, maybe like 400 yards. And this thing just like, the wind was good. It was at the bottom of the drainage, went up past me, thankfully, because I was gutting a deer on top. And then I got a call on the radio like 5 minutes later, and it's like, hey, Jack, just want to let you know that Gideon winded the bear, and the bear's coming right for you. So I'm like, oh shit. And it was just within minutes, came over the ridge and just luckily like dipped to the side and then went down the mountain, across the lagoon, all in minutes. And he wasn't running. He was just kind of moseying. But
Pushing.
It's a challenge to hunt these things, and with a bow especially, and in this terrain.
It's no joke.
Yeah.
To try and keep up with these bears or like understand what they want to do. There was 2 bears on this trip. One was 5 miles away, and he was heading straight for us. And I was like, all right, sweet. We'll, we think he was 5 miles away. And he made it to our location within 500 yards in like no time.
Yeah.
And like, there's no way you're going to keep up with him in that train. And then when we went to put a stalk on him, and we lost sight of him for, I'm not kidding, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
We never saw him again.
Yeah. Yep. That's right.
And then
It just
another one
disappeared
that
on a draw, and
yeah. Another one that was, he was like 1.5 miles away, and it was towards camp. And we were like, well, this was after we got weathered in another couple days, but we were like, we're going for that bear. And we absolutely sprint towards where this bear is at. And then in this train, it sucks ass to like try and move fast. And he went up around this hill, and we get to that hill, and he decides out of nowhere, turn around,
go the other way.
And we look to our left, and he's there, and all of a sudden he knows we're there.
Yeah.
And it's like, how the hell did you just decide to go 180 degrees the opposite direction? And we were within, 200 yards of him.
Yeah.
Like, the wind was perfect. We weren't being loud, They're those wild animals.
Yeah. I'm curious on, because you said the weather was crazy, and anyone that's ever heard of Kodiak just knows that that's like the most epic worst weather when it's the baddest,
really extreme.
So I'm curious on like what gear you took and what you felt like what worked well, or maybe you'd switch up for next year.
The Arctic oven is definitely I think probably the best thing we had for shelter wise. I don't think you can get much better than the Arctic oven for shelter wise. There might be better tents out there,
but even that one collapsed.
Even that one it didn't collapse. It like twisted its frame around, so the tent was able to like push in. So like you had like the arm that came down at a 30-degree angle. It twisted that arm around and sat it down inside the tent.
Oh shit! Flipped it inside out.
Yeah,
did it just pop up
pretty much?
Pop back out after
the wind came
died
down. We were able to shift it back out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only. I mean, because that wind was, man, it must have been 60, 70 miles an hour right on that pole. And
Are those what is those made out of?
I'm not sure what it's made of. I think it's aluminum, and it's like an inch tube.
So it didn't bend it?
It didn't bend it, no.
Oh, it just flapped it over.
Yeah. So it's the Arctic oven's great. We were also in, like, there's no cover anywhere in that area.
It was wide open.
For tent camping. If you could get it down and hunkered somewhere, I think it would be a lot better, but just that area sucked.
I was imagining what your camp was like, and there was no cover. There was no, like, bushel of trees to kind of tuck in, nothing
there
like
wasn't
that.
a single tree in sight.
Yeah. It's like the bad.
Were you guys just eating mountain houses and stuff?
Yeah, so mountain houses, I would probably bring another thing of propane with the buddy heater. We had a buddy heater, and we brought a 20-pound thing of propane. I'd probably bring another one, just so you can dry stuff out a little more. You don't have to worry about running it.
Did you guys fly out on a beaver too?
Yep.
Oh, cool. So you had a lot of
Yeah.
capacity.
Just
I
one
think
trip.
we flew out. Yeah, we were around like 1,300 pounds when we went out, which is a lot. At 1,500 pounds, you're max, so it's like you can't kill 9 deer and come back out, right?
Yeah.
So we were kind of bummed about that, but we were there for bear too. So we killed 5 deer, and we were still underweight with that. We just boned everything out.
Nice.
Man, I wonder if when bears like that, don't they got to cut them in half to like get it out of there? Would you be able to roll that thing up and carry that thing?
Yeah, I think you could roll it up and carry it, or we would just double up and we'd figure out a way for sure.
200 pounds probably.
With how big he is, you would have been.
Well, if you kept the head in there, took the head out.
Yeah.
Well, the one that Chad carried out with the skull not fleshed, with paws, with them in there, that was almost 200 pounds.
Oh, it was. Okay.
Yeah, and that's just like an 8-foot, mature brown bear. That bear, you probably would have had to do what Cisco and Carlo did years ago. Is if you could find a tree or a log.
Oh yeah.
Say
and drape it.
12, 15 feet long, and then drape it, and then carry it that way.
Might have been able to find some beechwood like that.
But then it would
drape it over a lot, like some sort of big.
But then it would be so huge it would like drag. It's like paws and shit would drag. So you'd be like trying to.
Need some big.
You would have to. You'd have to turn the paws.
Yeah.
And the head out.
Yeah.
At the scene.
I guess
can't
you could
imagine.
like loop it over that log, right, and then tie.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, you could.
Over.
Totally.
Yeah. It would be absolutely fucking miserable to carry that, because we were 4 miles from camp at that time.
Could the plane just taxi down to there?
No, it was on the beach, or it would have been close to the beach and just all the waves there.
Yeah,
perfect surfing.
Oh,
spot.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
I saw Leonardo DiCaprio just like cut a hole in the middle and put it over him and walk everywhere.
Yeah. Well, he's a badass.
Yeah.
He also lived through a sinking vessel, so
True.
and got laid.
Do you bring 2 sets of rain gear?
Yeah.
How was that? Because I'm sure you just sopped at the end of the day, boots and everything, and then one whole change out while the other dries, or what?
Yeah, so we never got, like, we did have one downpour day, and we were able to get everything dried out, and the rest of the days was just like sprinkle days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it wasn't crazy wet. It was just there was a couple days of really good wind.
Yeah.
And like, light rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you walk and you said I just thought of like muskeg style. It's not. Is it muskeg style or is it more just more firmer?
You ever seen like those like it's the puddles with like the long grass in it? Mm-hmm. Like that surround the pond or whatever. A lot of that stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
And then like the tussocks that are like 3 feet tall, like horrible to travel across.
Do you still wear just like hunting boots, or did you have like knee high stuff?
I wore my sheep boots.
Okay.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were cool with getting wet feet?
Yeah. I
You're walking
feel
in
like
water, and once you do it, you're stopped. Yeah.
There's no avoidance.
Gators and those boots did a really good job of keeping everything dry, and then we would dry out everything with the Buddy heater.
I imagine it like just a brackish, like wet area, brackish wetland is what you were hunting. Like you said, a lagoon, the ponds. Like was that?
There's little creek, like there's creeks and then like small hills and then like those little ponds or whatever, but everywhere was wet. Even you go up on top of a hill, there's puddles and water everywhere.
Were there salmon streams?
There was, but and I thought we would be able to hunt the salmon streams, but there was nothing running. I guess with all that rain they had in October, September and October, all the fish just went up early.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah.
I was really hoping the fish or hunt like that, but
that's how I thought you were.
You just see like bears constantly coming down and
it would be nice.
Watching them,
they just didn't know what they wanted to eat. They were just rooting and stuff like that. It seemed like they didn't have a food source that they knew they wanted to go to. Like they were always traveling. They were.
And once the salmon dry up, it's like, well, get what you can until wintertime.
Yep. So they were always moving instead of just sitting on a stream or sitting on the beach or whatever. The big bear was the only one that sat long enough for us to put a really good stock on, and that was the best stock that we had of the trip.
Nice. Let's take a quick break.
Tailored Restoration, 24-hour emergency home services, helping Alaskans restore their dreams since 1972. Services include fire, water, mold, post-emergency cleaning, repair, and remodeling. Tailored has an emergency response number with trained professionals available to help you at any time, day or night. Give them a call in Anchorage, Eagle River, Matsu, or Fairbanks. Make an appointment today at tailoredrestorationalaska.com.
Since 2008, Serrano's is Anchorage's own new generation of old cocina. Their menu showcases the passion and love of their rich heritage and unique family recipes that have been passed down through the generations. Serrano's goal is to embrace and display trad flavors using the best ingredients that are available. They focus on making everything from scratch daily. In-house menu includes handcrafted corn tortillas, salsas, carne asada, and chorizo. But don't take their word for it. Experience their tradition and sabor for yourself. Locations on Tudor and Northern Lights, both with new tequila bars. Check out their daily specials at serranosmexicangrill.com.
The Connoisseur Lounge, located in the heart of Palmer, Alaska. The Connoisseur Lounge is Palmer's first locally owned and operated cannabis retailer. Their beautiful store is located at 226 Evergreen Avenue. The Connoisseur Lounge has exclusive cannabis products such as Snowcap Romance, Aurora Haze, Super Glue, and one of our favorites, Sugar Cookies. And if you're not into the flower, the Connoisseur can hook you up with edibles, vape supplies, and a ton of CBD options for all your health and inflammation needs. Check out their daily deals at theconnoisseurlounge.net, or even better, stop by the lounge today. Remember, you must be 21 years of age to enter their store.
Welcome back. Hey, just a quick reminder, we got new merch in. Blue and gold hoodies, green and gold hoodies, brought back some of the originals. Alaska flag colors, UAA. Love representing our local conglomerates, if you want to call it that. I don't know. Patreon.com. Make sure to check that out. If you want to donate, you want to be part of this, you want to make a difference for us, you can always throw something in there. Thanks to the sponsors. Yeah,
and if you're interested in sponsoring, shoot us an email and we can talk to you about what kind of offerings we got. For businesses and stuff like that. I mean, obviously it's going to be something that we are aligned with. But hit us up if you're interested in that, and we can talk to you about business.
I think we offer a very unique advertising platform for folks if they're interested, and ultimately if they just want to help support us, and that's
And still looking for
appreciate
a video editor. If there is a video editor there, someone young, someone who's ready to get their exercise on and willing to come and maybe film and do a little editing and just get your feet wet and get taken on some pretty awesome adventures, we're looking for someone up that alley.
we'll provide the equipment and the plan. Not a lot of money to pay yet, but
Yeah.
if you want to get your feet
Internship.
wet,
How about that?
that's it. Internship.
We're looking for an intern. Video
reels.
intern. Yeah.
Just get your
So we
reels
need to get our
going.
reels up.
True.
We'll give them some free greens.
Free greens,
You'll eat well.
free
There'll be
greens,
some
free
stuff
cider, free
involved.
merch,
Yeah.
adventures. Man, dude.
There'll be some
sign me up.
compensation.
Yeah.
Not a lot of monetary compensation, but we got merch. We got
Back
ciders.
massages. What else? Meat parties.
We got beard balm and oils.
We know we have hot tips, and we know all the upper Huffman spots.
Yeah.
We do, man.
We will have to blindfold you for the first couple times. Jackie, hit us with the trivia.
Oh yeah, trivia.
Oh, hold on. Maybe this is gonna play.
Did you bring some in?
Oh man, I thought I had it, but
Yeah,
Oh,
it
I
doesn't
didn't
sound
mean-
nearly as good.
no, that's terrible. Okay,
Till next time.
we're still working on it.
Sweet.
Jake's like, cut.
Yeah, not
Cut,
that one. That's
cut.
not the one.
All right. So we'll start with we have some pretty cool ones today. So first one, since Jake's a Super Cub guy, what is the maker and the first year that they ever made the Super Cub?
The maker.
Yeah, who makes the Super Cub?
Okay.
And what year was that produced in?
Boeing. I don't know. 1954. Beat that.
1954.
Beat that, bud.
Ooh.
Well, first with the maker.
Super Cub was the maker.
Ooh.
Probably not, but just saying it.
Okay. All right.
It's a damn good name, my man.
1921.
1921?
I don't know.
Damn,
I'm just-
what year did the Wright brothers fly? Like 1914? I had to look
The
it
Super
up.
Cup. It was
Like
like
it's
Wright Brothers, and
1912.
the Super Cup was up.
Yeah. They were the Super Cubs.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that has to be like a
You sure the Wright
Multiple-
Brothers didn't make it either?
multiple choice or like.
All right,
something
Jake.
in there.
Learn us up.
Piper.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
and I'm trying to think of the oldest cub I know.
They go back to the 50s. And
As you think, what is the definition of like the Cub? Is that just the one seater?
Well, it's tandem, but the Cub is like a model,
Yeah.
right? That was
Okay.
made
It's
by
like the
them.
PA11, PA18,
Okay.
PA22, like the Piper PA series.
Gotcha.
Cub.
Gotcha.
48. I don't know.
It's the 49. So
49?
Oh,
damn
wow.
close.
Piper 49?
Piper 49. Yeah.
Sweet.
Damn close though. Man, you were right there.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
The 48 was experimental, Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
I was just telling you when they were like started building.
I guess
them.
I known like at least 2 to 3 just manufacturers off the top of my head. It would have been easier to make a educated guess.
What did you say?
I said Super Cub was the brand.
Yeah.
You know, I was looking for something like Piper. I was trying to think of
Yeah.
something. It was just
Yeah.
like I couldn't come up
As
with
soon as you
anything.
said it, I was like, yep.
Yeah, that's it. Sandpiper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Pied
Yeah.
Piper.
can you imagine having like the number one?
Oh,
ever PA10?
man.
That'd be cool.
It's already crashed, bro, and rebuilt
Oh,
7
it's
times.
Definitely.
But yeah, someone
Someone will
has
get
it
up here,
still. Yeah, because
Or it's in a museum or something.
you need it to be non-experimental, right? Like you have to go
Yeah, you
get
have to have
an
their
old
serial
frame.
number. Yep.
That has like an original VIN number.
Yeah,
Or serial number?
Yep, exactly.
Which is
Okay.
a ridiculous.
Rule.
It just has to be on one
Right.
piece of bar, and then you can build a whole plane around
Yeah,
it.
you can
Basically,
literally weld that little thing on there.
How
cut that
long
chunk off.
is
What?
the tubing of the...
Why are the kits though experimental? Like I don't. If it's
Man,
designed
you
to
beat me to it.
spec, I
So-
don't get that part.
It's
much iron
it's
is
the
used?
testing that is required on said part. So
Right.
like the fuselage, like Airframes Alaska builds fuselages that are like tested to spec for the FAA PMA standard or whatever it is. So, and they have that certificate on that certain fuselage that they can build that can be certified
as a Super Cub. Oh, so you can still make new ones.
You still need the logbooks and paperwork and data tags of the old plane.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy.
Last time you were in your time about how they're trying to digitize all that stuff. Weren't you talking about that? They're trying to digitize a bunch of the old.
I think that was Gina.
Oh, was Gina talking about that? Okay.
It'd be rad if they did. Like all the ones that aren't in use now, now you'd be able to buy that serial.
Get
or
the
something.
app.
Yeah.
Just get the app.
Just get the app,
It seems crazy. We have all this thing. Okay, so Brandon, you missed before the show. I was super pumped about the trivia, and it's specifically for this next question.
Ooh.
So I've been itching to talk about it all day, and I finally
got me
get
all
to.
excited.
45 pounds.
Okay. All right.
8,000 feet.
So an extinct mammal that, or I guess it's maybe extinct animal. So it could be a mammal or a reptile or a fish or whatever. That was once native to Alaska. Next year is going to be reintroduced. So I believe it's next year, but it's really soon. So they're going to use DNA and the closest living relative to this animal, and they're going to birth a brand new blank. So a brand new extinct species is going to be reborn. We're going to guess what
mammoth,
what creature it was.
Velociraptor.
Well, that's crazy. Jurassic Park.
I mean, I'm sure they're super close to a lot of the birds, aren't they?
Yeah. You just take an
Bears
eagle.
better watch out.
The woodland buffalo.
We already have wood buffalo.
Oh, I don't know.
That was really good.
They're basically extinct.
Steep.
Yeah.
Maybe go
Get
with
in
steep.
there.
Isn't that
There's
one?
the longhorn buffalo.
Oh.
Longhorn bison.
Isn't steep buffalo is that one that's extinct? All right, I'm going mammoth.
Mammoth.
Extinct.
What would it be bred with, though?
Itself. They found
Another
two
elephant?
different. Yeah, maybe.
Is it maybe
Saber-tooth
like
tiger?
Is it maybe like a sea lion or seal type critter?
You
Or
want
is it a
clues?
land?
I know.
mean,
what are you doing, man? I said mammoth,
I'll
dude.
just whisper to you.
I don't know the name of it, but like
said it's
passing him the note under the table.
Something that's
based
a
animal that they're breeding in.
It is. It was definitely in way more places in Alaska, but it was one of its
they wouldn't
native
introduce anything.
habitats were in Alaska.
They
And
want to introduce anything back to the ocean. It wouldn't be that. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe a big cat of some sort. I'll go with that.
a big
We
cat.
need a specific name.
Like a saber-tooth type
That
style.
would be
go.
that
There
would be
you go.
dope
Or like a
as
mountain
fuck. It would be
lion,
scary
like-
as shit.
no, they wouldn't introduce-
Saber-tooth, dude. Don't bring the saber.
It'd be
They
so
wouldn't.
scary.
No, they
You're
wouldn't
like,
bring back a. They wouldn't bring back
Oh
a. They wouldn't bring back a damn predator.
You know the saber-tooth
Nah, it's
tigers.
got to be like a deer species or.
Was this
elk
animal
thing.
hunted?
those big teeth were so sensitive that they could feel where the jugular were.
Oh, like
That's
the
what they
pulse.
think.
Oh,
like
so
a-
you could just.
Yeah, and
Just
then
put the kill down.
I'm in there. You know,
Before we go on to the,
Its
to
pulse
the
is
answer,
camping with that
Waning.
thing.
there was a video I saw. It was like they had like all these different tigers, like Bengal tigers, and all these like different species tigers, and
A liger.
And the title of the thing was like the Siberian tigers. Like they
The boss.
introduced the Siberian tiger, and then all like 3 other tigers went. Like they're like, fuck that.
We're
guy.
out of here.
And then like the other one that you could tell used to be the dominant one.
Yeah.
Like he just went up to him and just turned right on his back, dude. Just,
What?
like, totally was like, you got me.
Submit.
Damn.
Yeah, full submission, dude. Full
You are
rear
now
naked
the
choke.
boss.
I'm so glad we don't have them here.
That'd be crazy.
It would be
dude.
I'm gonna
so
shift
wicked.
my answer to a like. It's gonna be like a deer type.
We need a name.
I don't know that would be that is
A deer type.
A deer
All
type.
right.
It is
A super
it
cub.
is,
I don't know.
All right. It is the woolly mammoth. Yes. So they are doing this. So in the next, I believe, year, they've already located the closest living relative, which is I
like
think
breaking news,
really
Jack.
really close, and it's an Asian elephant. And then they have DNA, and they're gonna have this elephant, this Asian elephant, give birth to a a real woolly mammoth. It won't be a
It can't be the same.
no, it is. So since they're using all the DNA, they're just using I believe, from what I understand in all my research, which is 1 day's worth, that it's not a hybrid. Like, it's actually like going to be a woolly mammoth.
Where did you hear this?
I've read
So they're
it
not like
on the
impregnating
internet.
this.
You know when you swipe
Asian
left on your
elephant,
phone
right?
and the news comes up?
Well, I don't have the whole fucking process down. but they're
I just
using
wanna
they're
look this
the.
up. This is amazing.
They probably have to use the egg. I would.
That's
think.
what like. So
Yeah.
then it would be a hybrid, right?
Well, they clone shit all the time. So,
Really?
you know, they clone stuff. So my understanding, and from what I read, and I will pull up all the information and give an update next episode on if, but my understanding is that it won't be a hybrid. And I'm not a biochemist or what, I guess not biochemistry, whatever this is, type of biology.
It's Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. What is the dude's name from Jurassic Park anyway? Like the OG guy?
The white-haired guy?
White
The
hair,
dude
white
who
suit.
did all the crazy
Ooh, good
genetics. I
question.
guess it would be genetic, someone in genetics.
Yeah.
Anyway, my understanding that it won't be a hybrid. It's actually going to be a real woolly mammoth. Okay, next question. Why would they do that?
Hold on.
What?
Draw is going to be a draw registration.
It's going to be spear only.
All right,
Jake, you better get your
Yeah.
practice in.
What was the question?
Okay.
Sorry.
So, I mean, it'd be really expensive to do something like this. And you'd have to have like a purpose, right? Like
Yeah.
there has to be a reason. What's the reason that they would do this? It blew my mind.
I would think to make more available, not predators, but for predators, to make more available meals for predators.
That's-
Okay.
Whether
Yeah.
it's wolves or bears.
That's what you think too, Jake?
Yeah, you would need
Yeah.
What's the word?
supplementation for predators.
That they're going to introduce later?
Saber
That was
tooth
a
is
joke.
coming
Yeah,
back. No, I
Don't bring that one.
more of a food source. So I found a
So
piece
you're
online.
looking it up.
I don't know how credible this website is. Apocalypse Soon, pretty questionable, or if that's like a offshoot of their thing. TNR, I don't know. So it's got a little thing here about a biotech firm that wants to resurrect the. Daniel, what does that say?
Where?
Pleistocene.
Oh, the Pleistocene?
Pleistocene.
Thank you. I don't read.
Go back to that picture.
What-
in the middle
what-
real
let's-
quick.
That's not a real photo. That's like
I know, but it's a
some bullshit.
replica. But that hair reminds me of like Woolly, the muskox kind of.
Oh,
like
yeah,
hair.
totally.
What movie was it that like the guy had the mask on, the KKK mask on? I can't see fucking shit out of this. That's what that fucking looks like.
What? So you got to answer. The
Okay, so
question,
that was
Brandon.
why-
They're cheating.
why I thought they would do it.
I'm sorry. I had to like double check the credibility of that story, Jack, just because this is a podcast that gets
So
up
the
a lot of
internet
people, and
told
the
you.
internet reconfirmed Jack's very accurate. on
Oh,
this
the
assessment.
people that I read are actually like the experts that know all about this. It's not like
on
a news
Apocalypse
source. No, it's not the news source.
No, I think they're just saying how the main portion of this is like basically the federal government can't stop it. Like they're doing it anyway, and that's cool. That
They're actually not going to do it in Alaska initially. They're going to release them in Siberia
in Russia
because of the
So what's the
any
reason?
sort of like regulations here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it's a 10-year plan, I believe.
That's quick.
And but why? Why would they do it?
Stop looking up, trying to find the answer.
Oh, I'm just looking at a side
Predicting
sheet.
the next ice age, maybe.
Okay.
We're-
Why are they doing it?
Yeah.
Man, it
You
just
could
seems
agree with
wrong.
our answers too.
I think
Trying to be God.
predicting-
Trying to be God. I don't know.
a weather cycle that may happen that we need that sort of animal around to hunt.
Ooh, that's a good answer.
Wow, that's a good
I
enough
like
answer
that
for everyone
answer,
in this
but-
room.
Do you know what it
including
is?
me. No, man, I don't. I guess.
For the ivory?
Man, why would they introduce it? Why would they reintroduce something? Like, why would you reverse the cycle of anything like that? I mean, other than just a science reason. Like, what natural reason would that be?
I'm gonna call clock.
I mean, just to prove they can do it.
So they think that,
they can
so
do
it
it.
is definitely science. So they, and I'm not the expert in this, but they think that in the Arctic back in time, there was mega populations of these mega mammals,
Like herds.
and all different species, and that they like track down the land, and so like the snow would be packed down, so it'd take longer for it to melt, and then just other things with them inhabiting that area, that there would be less melting of the permafrost, so there'd be like less carbon emissions and less global warming. So it's like a part of this giant experiment, and they've like started doing this experiment with other like existing mega mammals, and so the next step is introduce the woolly mammoth. So that's what's funding it. And I mean, if you go online you could read more, and I'm definitely not an expert in this, but that's the scientific kind of reason that they got the funding for. And so then Siberia was just like a tamer place to do with regulations, I believe. And but the plan is to reintroduce them into Alaska after that. I mean, I don't know if the state of Alaska has agreed with this plan or not, but you know,
Where do you think they would put? Where would they put them?
be up in the Arctic,
In the Brooks,
north
like
of the
north of
Brooks.
the
Unit
Brooks, yeah.
26.
Yeah, and then spear hunting. How crazy would that be, though, dude? You're
That
up
would be
there
amazing.
like bow hunting for caribou, and then you're like, oh fuck, a herd of woolly mammoth are coming. Be unbelievable. Plus,
How
it's
long
like
did they think that it would take to like actually grow a little group of them?
they thought that they would be done with the Siberia, like enough of them to start the Siberia thing and like leave them on their own within 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was like a 10 to 20 year plan. And it wasn't exact what I can see. I'm sure other people have access
I just
to
think
stuff.
about like the bison herds that we have up here now, and like they're not growing that rapid.
Oh yeah.
So how would like
A lot
maybe
more support.
woolly mammoth are just getting it on all
I
the
don't
time?
know. I think a lot more support, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't know
Maybe
how
we should
many.
do that with bison.
They should.
Yeah.
I don't know what all these ones down at Portage are doing, but let's get more out there,
Yeah.
more of the wood bison out there. But I think like the herds that are existing in Alaska of the plains bison, I think they've already like reached their like max habitat, you know?
Really?
That's
Such a
just-
huge area.
Yeah.
I think they would do good, just as good as the moose around.
I don't know.
Like the farewell like herd, you would think they would start kind of cohabitating with the moose a little bit.
I think that the wood bison would have a better chance at like cohabitating with moose than a plains bison. I mean, the plains bison were plains animals.
Yeah.
The wood bison seems like that herd, if it ever gets up to whatever ideal number, would have more of a probability. This is from someone that has no expert knowledge in this at all. I read stuff on the internet.
Yeah, it just seems like they would be doing better, but maybe they are. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm,
I wish the wood bison were doing better.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they say, I read something today about the beavers going up. They're like creeping up all the way like further than they've ever have, because there's now more growth in trees and stuff like that further north. And they're like right at the like base of like the Brooks Range. I was reading something today. And the way that they like determine this is they take a picture of like a stream or whatever in 49, 59, and then they take another picture of the same stream, and they can see all the little like lake or little like, lakes that they create, you know, with their dens and stuff like that, and their dams. And so and then they showed the map of where it is, and it's like almost right to the Brooks Range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And they said
what
they said it was bad.
Oh,
They also said that that's not good.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's
Because
Sounds
because
invasive.
that like it melts the permafrost quicker.
it's bad for
what
the
they said.
permafrost. It definitely seems like it's edging into other creatures' habitat, and it's just, you know, like we're seeing with the sheep, with more of the trees going up, so it's shrinking the sheep's habitat. Would do the same for whatever animals are in that region, you know.
Yeah.
I wonder how much of this is just like a natural cycle too.
It is a natural cycle for sure.
You know,
That's what I think.
Except for the Earth, I think is typically way colder than it is right now, like an average.
yeah. I mean, definitely like skyscrapers and a bunch of vehicles running around aren't good for it, but
Yeah.
we just amplify everything, right?
Yeah. I think we're living at a good time. It's like very, Earth is very habitable, you know. I
Well,
like
and
that
like
part.
cool things like bringing woolly mammoths back.
Fuck yes.
That's fucking rad.
Dude, if this really happens, I'm going to be so I'm going to go visit them. I got
Oh,
it.
dude, they're
Yeah.
a major
Yeah.
just attraction.
Yeah.
Big time.
And we got to like totally get behind as long as it like shows it's good for the climate and environmentally to put them back in Alaska. That'd be so rad.
Oh my god.
Imagine getting the government or governor's tag, the honey wool.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, fucking rad.
You're like,
Fuck
"Boom,"
sheep.
like-
I want to
Yeah.
taste it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
I wonder.
Feed a village.
I think it'd be hard to like take an animal like that,
One that was extinct and reintroduced.
like put it on my wall. Today.
Oh yeah.
I'd have no problem
We're
with that.
putting, we're filling
You're like,
10
make
freezers.
another baby. I mean, if they can make one really easy though,
Yeah.
you know.
I read something at the bottom of this. Again, I don't know, credible report that they were thought to have gone extinct basically because they were unable to adapt to the warmer climate.
Sure.
And that's just what put them down.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't
So
see
why
fucking
would they
anything.
think? Yeah. You know, if I just had some fucking trimmers,
Yeah.
I could see that saber tooth.
That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna shave them down.
Like the short
They're
hair.
gonna just start
The short hair
trimming them
version.
until they just adapt, and then just start. Hey, I can see its eyes, man.
Yeah.
I just wonder what makes you think they'll survive now.
You know, who knows like the nuances of what actually happened when
Flirting with
you know,
fucking-
were they unable to adapt because of like some reasons that were related to like the region or whatever that aren't in place now? Who knows? But I mean, what's the worst thing? They can go test it, and if it doesn't work out, then they just have a bunch of food for some Siberian villages, and prove that it can work. Because the next animal after this is already tagged as the Tasmanian tiger they're trying to bring back, which only went extinct a few years ago, like 20 years ago. I'm not sure.
That was 1936.
36. Okay. Yeah. Which is a rad looking animal.
And that's
it's like
Australia?
I think it's a type of dog, Tasmania.
Okay.
And it was in some of the other islands in that region.
It's
like a mountain cat, isn't it?
Yeah, like a striped thin cat.
I think it's actually a dog
Pull it
though.
Oh,
Is it a cat?
I
I know
thought
they
was like
call it a
cat.
tiger, but I'm really not
I'll
sure.
pull it up. I actually have seen one of these.
Sounds like we need to get Graham and Hancock in here and walk us through what the
Yeah, oh, yeah.
possibilities are.
What was, what was it? It was the
The Tasmanian tiger. There you go. The thylacine.
I mean, if they could make liger.
That's exactly what I thought.
yeah,
it
that-
looked
Look at
like.
that
That's
thing,
probably a
dude.
cat.
The
It is like a
thylacine.
dog-looking thing, though.
Yeah. Go back and go to the Wikipedia page. Because
It
that'll
has like
say-
a hyena-ish like back.
Yeah, here's them alive in 36, the black and white.
Can you click on the page though, and then we can see if it's a cat or whatever?
Oh,
The actual Wikipedia.
Right there. It said it on the right
face
there.
like a dog,
sorry,
though.
guys. Yeah,
It said it right there. It's extinct
that one.
carnivorous. Well, okay.
like I'm sorry. Well, I thought I would pull up.
Well, it just has the little thing on the right there. It's just
Oh. Marsupial, Australian.
It's also called the Tasmanian wolf.
okay.
So it is like a canine.
It looks
Right.
like a dog.
It looks like the mix of like a
looks
dog,
like
a Tasmanian, or an hyena. Like the way its back kind of
Hyena,
sound like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
So
It looks mean.
these things, they think, went extinct because dingoes got brought over and outcompeted them. But the problem is that now some of these islands don't have any natural predators, and the overpopulation of prey has caused a bunch of disease within the animals. So there's like, if you search like some of these diseases that like the Tasmanian devil and stuff have, it's just like, it's nasty. And they think that if they bring this back, then it'll keep that prey population at, regulated and at levels that will kind of get rid of these diseases and stuff in animals,
balance
which
it out.
is really cool.
Is that what they tried to do with the wolves too? Wolves too.
I don't know. I think that someone just wanted to reintroduce wolves.
Just to hunt wolves.
not to hunt them because they're people that probably don't hunt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real nice and just say that people wanted to have wolves.
That chick that we got in an argument with at
Yep,
Main Street.
that one chick was there.
She was
She's
there.
a big part of it.
Yeah.
And so were a bunch of boys, so probably too.
Well, wolves our numbers are way down in the States, right? Like that's where they'll, like we don't need them up here, but I know there's I read a thing in Hunt Alaska magazine tons of years ago. I just vaguely remember the article, but it was something about these different packs just dwindled, super packs down to small packs, and then they just ended up going away. And then now
in the States,
down in the States,
Yeah.
like these, in the Appalachians, and then the ones that are saying them the Mid East,
people killed all of them.
pretty much. But then there was also like a huge intermix with like local dog populations too that like washed out their bloodlines, and then they just dwindled away that way too. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I know that a lot of them were killed because of like cattle farming and stuff,
Sure.
and sheep farming and all that stuff. And then I'm sure some died of diseases, and then I'm sure also like as you lose like there's probably like a critical number for your habitat that you have to have, and after you hit that, they just plummet in population. What I hear from my buddies that live down in Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, and Washington is that there's a shit ton of wolves now.
Yeah.
So, and that it's
Read that a lot in the Eastman Hunting Journal.
I
bears
was
and wolves
watching
are on the
Yellowstone, and it sounds like there's a bunch of.
John Dutton said,
they need to throw them off that dam or whatever.
down there in Montana, the wolves is everywhere. You better have a check on my desk on Monday.
Oh, that's funny.
So, since we did bring you in for number 101, Jake, is enough time elapsed, enough credibility been established to get the doo-doo story out of you, or not yet? Are we going to go for 202?
Man, there's so few people that know that actual story, and it's just not a good public face that I
Could we
put
get it
on
off
you.
the mic, maybe?
You can get it off the mic
Okay.
for sure.
All right.
Yeah,
There
for
it
sure
is.
off the mic.
Yeah, go patreon.com/AlaskaWild.
Is
It's a good story.
Is the story graphic in nature?
Yeah.
It's I would say it's like very eventful.
It's eventful. There was a lot of things that came together that were unfortunate and very fortunate.
Yeah,
It's a good story.
Glad I made it out alive.
good. What's the Can you pull his Instagram page and one of his reels? What's that camera that you have
On my lift strut there, the 360 camera.
Yeah, what is that thing called, man? That thing is
It's,
awesome.
Insta 360 1R.
First, what's up with this? What's that?
Oh, the dildo story. You got to tell the dildo story.
Oh yeah. So that's not
Catching
even,
lings.
Yeah. So a buddy, to start this story, I guess, a buddy was like,
That's a nice looking boat, dude.
yeah, dude, bought it with a buddy. So my buddy was like, we were talking about fishing one day. And I was like, I catch a fish on anything. I guarantee you I can catch fish on anything. And he's like, all right, deal. I bet you like $100. I was like, all right, I'll go catch a fish on a dildo. And he's like, deal. And we shook hands or whatever. And so I go to the local dirty store, and I walk in there, and I'm like cruising the aisles, trying to.
Is that the castle?
Did you bring like the
castle,
weight and
yeah.
the curved hook thing?
No,
in?
no, I
Video
just to
City
make sure it was
downstairs
fit.
in Muldoon.
I just knew what would
They got
work.
those down
Yeah.
there for sure.
Just knew what would work. So I walk in there, I'm cruising the aisles. I'm like, man, I'm trying to think of jigs and
Yeah.
different colors or whatever. So I see this one, and there's
It's a big pink dildo.
yeah. And there's like the 5.5 incher and then the 7.5 incher. And I was like, well, you always gotta go bigger,
That's right. Go
So
big
I
or go home.
Snag up that.
Those lings got a big mouth.
Yeah,
It's real wet
yeah.
out there.
And I go up to the counter, and there's this like actually pretty attractive girl there, and I'm like,
I'm not gonna put it in my butt.
I'm gonna catch a fish with this, and she's like, "Yeah, sure." I'm like, no, no, seriously.
That's what they all say.
I'm gonna catch a fish with this dildo, and she's like, "That's cool, dude." And so, anyways, I snag it up and throw it on that hook, and I go out with Jerry, Jerry, Ashley, and a couple other of their friends, and I throw that hook out there, and man, it was. We found this little bench. It was bad weather out, so we came back into a spot close by and found this little bench. I'm like, all right, we'll toss a couple hooks on it, and no shit.
Yeah.
Before it even hit the bottom,
Dude.
I hook it.
The 7.5 just hit.
I was
7.5
surprised
just
too,
hit.
where you're at.
And it just takes, and I'm like, fuck yeah, like, this is a big fish. I'm telling Jerry,
He's like, get that
this
fucking
is
wallet out,
Get the
boy.
spear ready.
Yeah, I'm telling Jerry, like, this is a big fish, and we're all excited and everything. We get it up to the water. It's like 125-pound halibut.
Oh, shit.
And
And then was everything taken care of well at the surface?
no, because we were like, we're not going to keep this fish. It's too big, which we should have just kept it. But it gets up to the surface, and everyone's like, yeah, and like it throws its head, and this dildo just comes flying out of the water. I like catch it perfectly. I'm poof,
Oh, I'll take that.
Take that, yeah. And then shortly
meant to be.
after, I catch that small lingcod on the same. We do the same drift and catch that small lingcod. It's a cool spot. I got that one marked on them.
Yeah,
Was
you
that
do.
just
I
a
fished
random-
it before.
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't a random, like, stumble across, looking at the
It was the
graph,
first
like,
time.
oh, that looks
That's
like
exactly what it was.
Exactly what it
Man,
was.
that's
yeah.
so cool when
Yeah.
That's all
catch
we
a barn
do.
door off one.
Yeah.
I think
oh, wow.
like that first year we got the boat, Jake like challenged us to do that, and so that's what we
Super
do.
close
We
to shore. You
rarely
guys are
go.
so close.
We rarely go to the same spot.
Can we borrow that for the derby?
Sure. Yeah.
It's
a
in
little
the
chewed
boat.
up now. Yeah, it's on the boat.
We still use it every time.
It looks like it's
every time we jig.
like a floppy one.
No, it's stiff.
It's not.
Yeah,
it is.
It's really stiff.
Old boy's
when you-
erect, man.
Especially when you drop down in that cold water.
That guy's got no problem staying up.
Yeah. Yeah, he has a weird curve.
What was the
to him,
reel
though.
you were looking for? The whoop de whoop, the S curve.
It does have a
A real weird curve to him. It's like a dragon
like a forward
penis.
I
curve.
should have got like a crooked. curve.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's
Always
it.
go to the left. Yeah.
Probably
Always
caught
to
a
the
big
left.
fish.
Yeah. Oh, there's our moose hunt right there. Nice.
Oh, that.
That's
cow?
a great picture, man.
There's that deer.
right there,
too.
Upper Huffman in the back.
Did you guys save the tongue for me, or?
I think Jerry still has it.
Jerry?
Did he even eat it?
We're making tacos.
Oh, okay. You,
Nice.
you froze
Nice.
it. It's just perfectly
I
right
think
there.
he's waiting for us all to be in town together.
That's
That's
such
a good
awesome,
picture.
man.
Yeah, it
I
was
put
fun.
in for that moose this year, man.
That's a great hunt.
I was like, I want that.
Yeah, we had a
That's the
great
one I
time.
want. It's the only one I put in for.
If you hadn't just got back from Kodiak, though, we would definitely bow hunt that thing.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
I mean,
that'd have been
yeah.
fun.
so no one
Yeah.
had got any sort of meat except
Yeah.
for the deer that
This
I
was
got
your
on
tag
Kodiak.
too, right?
Yeah. Man. And it was just
You got a
like,
bear
let's
and
just
a
go
moose.
out there and let's kill a moose real quick.
Yeah, it was a funny moment too because it was like we got out there, before it got light, and we saw a moose out there, and then Jake's like walking towards me, and I just like hand him my gun because it's his permit. He doesn't have a weapon with us. He forgot his bows, so he has to shoot it with a rifle, and he just like owned it. And I thought I'd never see Jake shoot an animal with a rifle, and I was
I bought
the
my
other homie?
first rifle 3 days ago.
the Predator rifle.
Yeah. I
What
went and
was
puked
it?
in the bathroom afterwards. No.
What did I do?
Yeah, it's a
So
little
disgusting.
short barrel.
I'm
sorry,
300 300 blackout for coyote hunting.
Yeah,
Nice.
that'll be nice.
Sweet.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Who's the other guy? Who's that?
That's Jerry.
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 Oh, that's Jerry?
Yeah, brand new
Jerry
father.
Lau.
Congratulations to Jerry Lau. You had
yeah.
a brand new
I
beautiful
have
daughter,
never
Julia.
met
That's
Jerry.
right, baby Julia.
I have not met Jerry.
Oh, we gotta have Jerry on
I have
sometime.
not met Jerry.
You haven't?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
Dude, he named his daughter's middle name Jack. It's Julia Jack Lau.
It is Julia Jack's son. You know,
Julia
we
Jack-
actually should have
JJ.
Jerry on the podcast, and Jerry like has like all these things that he's like figured out. Like he spent like hours figuring out like, okay, I need to run in Alaska in the winter. What am I gonna do? And he like nails these like little things, and you're like, fuck, you nailed that. And like almost have the whole podcast just be like little Jerry hacks. because he has so many of these little hacks that he just like totally believes in, but has done tons of research and testing on.
Yeah, that's what you should just do your reels off of, Jerry hacks.
Yeah, dude. He has a ton of them.
Yeah.
These shoes he found are legit. These the ones he's running in the winter with. But yeah, he has a bunch of cool stuff like that. In the picture there, he has no hacks. I think he has probably Jake and my clothes and gear. But
is that a turtleneck?
It looks legit.
Is
looks
that
like a neck buff.
That was Jerry's type of hunt.
yeah, dude.
I'm surprised they haven't made like a hunting turtleneck.
They should.
Yeah,
Alaska
man.
Wild project.
Yeah, and then it like folds up to like, you know what I'm saying?
Face mask.
It was Jerry's type of hunt. He had fun. He was like, this is the best hunt I've ever been in my life. And I've done like epic hunts with Jerry before. And my dad. And I'm like, really? This is your best hunt? And he's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is the best thing.
In and out. In and out.
Jake was like, this isn't a hunt, it's a harvest. I was like, I can't agree with that. You know?
Well, it was, all right, so we spotted these moose at like 8 a.m., you know, like
Barely
daybreak. And we look at the clock, we're like, all right, what's civil twilight? What,
it's
you
like
know, what can we shoot at?
later.
It's like 8:24. It's like the clock shifts to 8:24. It's like bang. You know, it's like, all right, you know, that's a harvest.
Yeah. And it's in the middle of this swamp that would have been a disaster normally, but
Hell yeah,
everything's frozen. You just drive right out to it. Everything's clean.
It looked beautiful too, man.
Yeah, it was
with
a
the
nice
frost.
Yeah, it was a nice day. You know, by the time we left, all this was melted. It looked like Nebraska. It looked like Nebraska. Yeah.
Well, what I really appreciate about Jerry Sands, my favorite hunt, is you can in your mind or imagination, like the epic 11, 12-day backpack sheep hunt or the brown bear hunt or killed a monster moose, called him in. Like, there's all these cool experiences that can be from a hunt, but there's a lot to be said for something that's not so hard and it can have the same level of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like these guys that run trucks and like hit deer stands in the morning and evening, and then in the afternoon they go home and have, you know, or camp, and they go take a nap and watch football, you know, and come back out. Like, I envy that. Like, it's not, every adventure is its own, I guess. And this looked like a cool day. Like, you guys had your coffee in the truck and you unloaded and you went out, and it was just like, boom, done right away. Hit the Palmer Ale House on your way home. I mean, come on, man. It's like,
yeah, it was a good day.
It's a good fucking day. Exactly, man. It's just cool in its own way, and it doesn't have to be the big.
Did you guys even bring like a tent or anything?
No,
in case?
no.
You just going?
No, we were going.
No,
you knew I was going.
One bullet,
Oh, yeah.
one rifle.
That's right.
One 4-wheeler.
Yeah.
One knife.
One knife.
Yeah. No, but you know, on
brought
that
beers, but it was like, dude, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. It's like, well,
Oh,
wait
no,
a little bit.
Don't worry about it. We still haven't cracked. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice,
the Coors Lights
nice.
were going down.
Silver bullets, dude.
I will say that,
That's it.
cold fall day.
Yeah, your guys' story keeps getting better, dude.
Yeah, you know, one of the things that it really like rang true to me is that, you know, just like I feel like when you're young and you're coming into age, like your friends are like you expect like people to be like you and enjoy the things that you like. But I think as you get older, there's a thing where you like respect the individuality of and and like what they enjoy, and then it really makes you like apply that to your life. And so on this particular hunt, like I knew that Jerry doesn't like to go out to like moose camp. It's not that he doesn't like it. He doesn't make it a priority to go out to moose camp with us and all this anymore. And but he still likes to go harvest wild meat for his family, which I also like. And he likes spending time in the wild with, you know, two of his best buddies, you know, me and Jake. But I love that individuality. He doesn't have to be just like me. You know, it's great. And then by him being different adds so much more flavor and so much more thought to how I live my life. So when we got home this day, it was like, fuck yeah, we have meat in the refrigerator, you know, in the freezer. And that was what our mission was. And then my brother had his like best hunt of his life, you know, and we're home by 2:00. Like, I was like, this is great. Like, what a win, you know?
That's my point, man. It's like,
Well,
so cool.
I mean, one of the best parts of it was just bullshitting while we were skinning
totally.
the moose. Like, we were just like, oh, I wonder what, like, this cut would be, you know? Like,
yeah.
And then Jerry Hacks would come in and
Yeah.
be like,
Oh.
yeah, this is this. And
Yeah.
And for
do
people
it
that can't
this
see
way.
the picture, it's like frozen. Must be like October. It's one of those out of main season hunts.
Late.
So there's no bugs. It's just
Yeah, it's
probably cold in the morning, but
and like 10
dec-
degrees.
But good enough when
Yeah.
you're. By the time you are cutting it up, you probably took off your jacket and.
yeah.
Started sweating.
Yeah, the best part about it that was too is like the meat was totally clean, right? No matter what
Yeah.
you did, it was totally clean, and your hands were warm the whole time just because the
Yeah.
roast was warm, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And like just it was easy.
Yeah.
It was so easy
It
to
was.
clean it, keep it clean,
Yeah.
keep it. You know, it was the perfect meat.
Yeah.
It would have been better to shoot a little bit bigger of a cow.
Yeah.
Like they think this was a 3 to 4 year old.
Yeah. Looks
Which
pretty
is
small.
totally illegal, but
Tasty, I bet, though.
yeah.
Man,
So
what
was
a good
a-
eater.
It was really hard to judge this because there's multiple moose around, but this one wasn't near any others, and it was really hard to judge the size of the cow because, like, how big this little, like,
Opening is?
Yeah, the meadow is huge, and then it also because we had seen some smaller ones. So, like like a really young cow, and then like a calf with a cow that we couldn't really see the whole body on. So we didn't that one had a calf. So we thought that this one may have been a little bigger when we originally stocked it. It was just really interesting because with like a bull moose, they're massive, but two, like how big their horns are, that you're shooting like a mature animal. But this is like one of the best tasting moose that I've ever had.
Yeah, it's super good for sure.
Yeah, it was like before the teeth of winter, so it still had its fat from getting fattened up.
There was not that much fat on
Oh,
the
really?
animal.
Oh,
There
maybe
were-
that just
We
I would
were,
almost
that much
say
of a
there
younger
was,
animal.
like maybe 5% on
Yeah.
the animal. There was.
Oh.
it was
nothing
notable
on it.
that we
Yeah.
talked about it out
Yeah.
there that it didn't.
It didn't have like that thick ass.
no,
fat
not like
roll on
usually
its- on
seeing
its
like a
butt.
cow.
Oh.
Which I think you would have saw it on like a pregnant cow. Like you probably would have saw that on like a
Okay.
pregnant cow, but not this
Yeah.
one.
You probably do run the risk, though, huh?
Yes,
On that time of year.
they actually on the tag it says you can shoot a calf that can live on its own,
Oh, really?
Or
Yeah.
a cow that
part of
or
has
a
It's part
cow
of the
with a calf that
antlerless-
can live on its own.
Oh, you could shoot the cow.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
right.
If the calf is
we didn't do that though.
No, we did not do that.
Yeah, we talked about it beforehand, and we decided
And this is
that
the
that
one where
wasn't
the
what we were
taking of
doing.
calves is legal
Yes.
too.
Yep.
Yep,
It's legal
you could
too, yeah.
take-
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So you could take.
Just a whole roast?
Yeah.
just one crock pot.
Put it on a
Just-
wheel. and
yeah,
just-
wheel.
yeah.
Just take it to my neighbors,
Well,
the
if
Tongans.
you look
and
at it
just
from-
do it up.
Full rotisserie.
Yeah.
If you look at it from a
Meat
harvest,
Party 2024.
if you
Get
look at
ready.
it from a harvest perspective, you could take the calf that's say maybe a year old and still with the mother, and then leave the mother to continue reproducing, and then take that younger animal
Man,
out.
that'd be tough, man.
I don't think so. I wouldn't.
I think
do it.
this was.
Well,
the
I didn't see it
perfect
any difference.
opportunity
I didn't
here.
see any difference from like a spike fork. I mean, a spike fork's only a year older, and most likely not producing yet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of that's how I look at it. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's okay to take a calf. I would never shoot a calf.
Yeah.
It would depend on if that
But-
calf was a male or a female, and you couldn't tell.
In that case,
right?
you could see like little buttons or something on it.
Yeah.
And just sheer body size, you'd know it's like okay, that
Yeah.
thing's like maybe a year or some change.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a real debate on one of the Prince William Sound deer hunts we went on this year because you can shoot a doe and a fawn there,
Everything.
and
Yeah.
and I chose not to shoot a doe and a fawn. And part of the group was kind of like, well, we would have had meat, and the other, I was like, hey guys, that's just not in my hunter ethics, and that's okay that if yours is different.
Yeah.
And so it was like 50-50 on the boat. And I was really surprised about that. I would have anticipated like everyone having my view, but I also get the other view, and there's a good chance that like winter kill, in the sound's really hard that fawn and that doe may not make it anyway. So in me taking
good
them,
point.
may have been more
You
ethical.
can't really go off that though.
Totally. I just wasn't going to do it.
Yeah.
If the
totally
doe
cool,
was
man.
by itself, I would have taken the doe. You know, it was after, you
Yeah.
know, I'm
Yeah.
not worried about taking the doe, but I wasn't going to kill a fawn or take a doe with a fawn. So,
Yeah. I think about killing them from the beach, and I've seen them, you know, a whole set get slaughtered. And there were does and fawns.
yeah.
I wish that wasn't a
And-
thing.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, man, damn, it's kind of
Brutal.
yeah, just I don't know. There's like a perspective though when you get like late in the season, say November, December time, when you got like limited daylight, you can't really get off the boat and hike around and call and like hunt traditionally. You're boat hunting because it's like you don't have a limited amount of time, so you're trying to cover space. So, and then it becomes a harvest. At that point,
Yeah.
where you're not looking for like trophy bucks and you're just looking for any deer that's on the beach.
Right.
And so like this year we went on a good hunt. Didn't see any, what happened? Didn't see anything. Sorry guys, hold on a second. There we go. All right. And the last day, Josh took spotted a deer on the beach, rolled up on it, got the dinghy down, and then he took a shot on it, and then he's like, "What do you think?" And I'm like, "Man, that was like almost a fawn. It's by itself, but it was tiny." He's like, "No, it's not that small." We get up to it. It's like, "Ooh, that's pretty small." He's like, "Picture worthy?" I was like, "I wouldn't."
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Well, would you have shot that?" And I was like, "Well, I don't know. I think I would have just. I don't know that I would have. I don't want to say no because I have shot young deer before,
Yeah.
so I don't want to act like, oh, I'd never shoot anything like that.
And it's
I'm too
so
badass
hard
of a
to
hunter for that
judge those
shit."
things
It
out
was one of
there.
those things, man, and we hadn't seen deer at
Yeah.
all for 3 days.
Yeah.
So, and then it wasn't just like another bend or whatever. We saw a pretty decent doe, and I took it. Didn't even think twice about it. Not even think twice about it.
Right.
I took it. It was by itself. Wasn't one of fun, but still, like that whole like if you're just trying to get big mature bucks or
Right.
whatever. I mean, look, we got 30 pounds of amazing gourmet jalapeno cheese hot dogs made out of those
Yeah.
two deer.
Yeah.
And I took the neck and I did the little fawn's whole neck and I
Yeah.
roasted it. I sent you all the photos of it and everything. Ended up not tasting very good though,
Huh.
Oh, really?
which was really surprising, right?
Yeah.
I thought that younger duck deer would be so tasty, but the neck was very gamey.
Wow.
And I've done a lot of necks, and necks can be hit and miss because I think there's just the hormones and things that can go through, just all those ligaments and tendons and things that are like in there. But yeah, it was actually pretty disgusting.
Oh, wow. The
That's
D
not
word?
good.
Yeah, the neck was, and then deboning it, it just didn't smell very good.
It was
Deboning it.
disgusting, not bussin'.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
my kids would say.
Because we did that dough and she was like super clean smelling, like that fresh meat just smells really good.
Yeah.
But the hot dogs turned out amazing.
Sweet.
I mean,
That's how
they're
Can't.
those
you can't-
bucks on Kodiak in November, man, you can smell them. They were
their necks
not
are
good
just
smelling.
thick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the doe didn't have any smell to it at all.
How'd them bucks eat?
So I didn't take any of the meat. I gave them all to the
Oh,
Russells
cool.
and
Nice.
Jeremy's family, and they said that the meat just smelled super bad. And I mean, they're still making it into something.
Does it taste bad too?
I don't think it tastes bad. No, it just had that like ruddy smell to it.
Yeah.
So it didn't taste bad. It just they turned it into burger, and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Make
Still
tacos
eating it.
and
yeah,
a lot of Indian food.
yeah. Those guys eat more game meat than like
And if they're saying
Yeah.
it's gamey.
yeah. And if they're saying it's game, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you go to Afognak?
Yeah. I did an elk hunt there with a buddy. Man, talk about a rough
In
hunt.
2022, you did?
Yeah, this last year.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Did a week over there on Afognak. If we want to break into that story,
Is that bull or antlerless? Which one did you do?
anything, any elk.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like doing 30 miles on Kodiak and not seeing a single animal and straight up at all times.
Yeah.
And, but No, we went over there. We flew in with what is it? Kodiak Air Service with Willie, and originally we get in the spot and we set up camp and everything like that, and we're all stoked. You know, you fly into a hunt. You're super stoked. Everything like that. Well, we get up to the top of this mountain, and we're like, fuck yeah, all right, let's set up the, like try and spot some of these elk or whatever. We saw 10 coming in, just on the flight in, and we wanted to set down close to them, but it was just a spot that he was like, hey, I could set you down today because it's so beautiful out, but tomorrow it's not going to be the same, right? We're not going to we might not be able to get you out of this spot. It's like, okay, cool. I know how it is being a pilot. I wouldn't want to go into a spot where I couldn't pull guys out of anyways. So he puts us down in a different spot. We get out on top of this mountain and we see some people, and we're like, all right, shoot. We knew there might be other hunters in the area, because that tag's so consolidated. There's like 60 draws or something like that, and it's like a 2-week time frame or something.
Yeah, there's always going to be people rotating through.
Like, so many people pull that tag and have such a small area to hunt. Mm-hmm. So we walk up to them, and they're like, hey, like, here's the story. There's 12 other hunters on this ridge.
12 other hunters or groups?
12 of other people on this ridge right now within like a 300-yard span.
No.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. And
stacked.
Luckily, Ryan, the guy that had the tag, he called up. He was able to call up Willie and be like, dude, there's 12 other hunters on this ridge right now. And he's like, well, I could be to you in an hour, to come pick you up. And we're like, all right. And so we haul ass down this mountain. These guys are two, one's an F-22 pilot and one's a PJ. So they're both like rock solid dudes. They can move fast, et cetera.
Train and whatnot.
Yeah, they're trained up. So we haul ass down the mountain, pack up the Arctic oven and everything like that, throw everything in the plane, boogie over, and we go to this place called Black Sand Beach, which is freaking awesome. If you ever can just go to Kodiak and camp for like a week, go to Black Sand Beach. It's a super cool spot. And so we start hunting from there. The first day we go, I'm like, hey, let's get up to the Alpine. Let's get up as high as we can. And we try and push up through Kodiak alders, and you freaking, you get lost, you get tangled up and whatever.
It's miserable in there.
It's miserable. And so we do like 3 hours of trying to push through that stuff, and we got to a point, and those guys got to a point, it's like, let's not move
just
anymore.
Not even any game trails, we're going back. Anything.
No, which we started out on a game trail, and just couldn't push through, and so we wind up back at camp, exhausted, whatever, do our thing back at camp. And the next day we end up finding a trail all the way up to the Alpine, an elk trail all the way up to the Alpine. And there's like a lot of elk sign around, and, a lot of scat, a lot of tracks. They're in the area, it seemed like, but no noise, no bugles, no nothing like that. And that was pretty much the same story for the next like 6 days. Hike real slow, move real slow, try and really scan the area, and we'd see a deer. We'd come up on deer and we'd be 30 yards away. They wouldn't know we were there. We were moving so slow and so quiet and trying to figure stuff out, and just never ended up seeing one elk. And we didn't pull any deer because we didn't want to make any noise. And didn't see one buck. No, all does. No elk. We did get charged by a bear. One of the days that we were coming out of the Alpine, I was leading, and those guys were behind me by like 20 or 30 yards. And I hear them talking or whatever, like just kind of whispering. And I turned back, and I'm like, what's up? And they're like, there's a bear. And I look over, and I see this, just the top of a bear's back, like kind of like coming in line with me. So like if I would have kept on walking, we would have both met up. And I just immediately say, "Hey, bear." And he pops up, we lock eyes, and he just starts coming. He's like trotting, and he has to go around like this bush or whatever to get to me. And he's coming around, and I'm telling those guys, don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot. I'm pulling out my bear spray because I don't have a gun. I just have my bow. And he's probably, at this point, like 15 yards away. Don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot. And this is only because I've been in this situation before with these bears. And once they usually figure out what you are, they kind of go the other direction.
Okay. You're just getting a closer look.
Yeah, he was just getting a closer look. And finally, he's like, oh, shit, that's people. And he turns and goes. And those guys that was their first bear encounter, or first bear charge. And that was probably the most exciting part of the trip, other than just being with the guys or whatever. And then another bear encounter. We thought it was an elk, and it was kind of like down in this swamp. I'm like, all right, let's get down there. Let's like poke down towards it. We finally get down to the level of the swamp, and I'm looking where I think the elk is, and there's like this bear just standing off to our left, staring at us. And Ryan's like tapping me on the shoulder, like, that's a bear, not an elk. Like, I'm like, all right, I'm the dumb one looking the wrong direction. But he kind of just moseys off, and we just get out of there.
How far away was he?
I think he was like 30 yards, 30, 40 yards.
Oh, you got really close encounters.
Yeah. I mean, you always do on Kodiak with bears, it seems like.
Right.
Yeah.
Walking in on them like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. They almost step on you.
You know, you don't really hear too many, like, bear maulings on Kodiak, though.
Yeah, I've heard of a couple in the town area, you know, but I think that's about all that I know of. Mm-hmm. Well, there was the people that showed us the hunting spot that we went to with the big group. One of them had seen a sow with 2 cubs and had done the hay bear thing, and he was bow hunting, and the sow came like 100 yards or whatever at him, and then kind of pounced on him a couple times, and then like waited for him to finish playing dead, and then left. Yeah, but nothing like he didn't have to get like flown out.
Yeah, you're right though. You don't hear like the news. Mm-mm. It's usually a random black bear, someone's running, or something like that.
Yeah,
grizzly bears.
Like it feels like you spook them. They just always get spooked out.
Yeah, maybe they're just like not used to having to compete so much for food, and maybe grizzlies, like interior grizzlies have to compete so much for food.
Right.
Yeah, they're willing to take that risk.
They're willing to get after whatever.
Yeah. No, that's a good point.
I was just curious. I wanted to Google how many bear attacks are in Kodiak.
I don't know if I want to know that question.
How about the polar bear one, dude? Jeez.
Oh, yeah. The mom and son.
Yeah.
Oh, is that recent?
Yeah. Like last week.
The other day.
Where at?
And it's like, which I didn't realize as I read the article. Where was it? I have to look it up. But they normally have patrols, like because the kids are going to school and families are traveling to other families or the store or the school. So they have like bear patrols that are out there keeping the village people safe. And I guess it's like out of season. Like normally they're out on the ice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And this one wasn't. And so it caught the mom and the kid by surprise. And did they both die?
I thought I heard they both died.
They did too.
Yeah, they were attacked and killed.
Yeah, but they did end up shooting the bear, I heard.
Man,
but I mean, that's like, I mean, God, dude, you got to go to school. Like you're taking your kids to school and you got to be like this alert for a polar bear.
Yeah. I know that the female, the sows, they den on land. So I don't, who knows if it was a male or female, but so if it was a sow with that was gonna give birth to cubs, that she might be like looking for a den right now or already in a den that's on land, not on the ice.
I thought I also read that those are the only bears that don't den. Maybe the females do just to have the baby.
They have the den for the babies.
Birthing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
For
but
the
like
birthing.
I guess like if the female's not gonna give birth, it's probably out on the ice. I would think, like the males will be.
Sounds like we got a new polar bear at the zoo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they trapped that one on the slope that was wandering around.
Ah.
And I don't know, they're like getting it used to the zoo or whatever.
Yeah, that's cool.
What's kind of like bullshit with that story is they found the sow and cub, a sow and the other cub that was with it, or like the mom of that.
Yeah.
It was just shot and killed and left there.
What?
Yeah. At least that's what I heard.
Man, that's
like,
pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Next to like whatever island that is that those bears hang out on with all the whale carcasses and everything like that. They found a sow and a cub that they believed to be that cub's mother and
Sibling.
Wow.
I want to show you.
So now
guys
the bear
this.
has to live in the zoo?
Yeah.
If you guys saw
No,
this
it
on
just
Steve
gets-
Renella's,
What? They're not going to have Binky,
Oh,
are
what's
they?
this?
I was just talking about. So this is an expedition that Bob Bartlett. Expedition Bob Bartlett survived in 1927.
Saint Bart?
Another expedition to the Arctic, this time in Greenland. It was accompanied by an archer, Art Young. He's the Young from Pope and Young. Back then, hunters were beginning to travel the world with the intended purpose of demonstrating the efficiency of archery equipment. Young killed this polar bear from a boat while it was swimming. Here they're hoisting it up on the ship, and you can actually see the arrow still sticking out of it
Oh, yeah.
right here. And he was just talking about how throwback the dude's.
Pretty,
How
he's
young's
pretty
gear
far back,
was.
huh?
Yeah, he didn't look like he hit like the vitals in the front or behind the shoulder. The bear's obviously rigor mortised up. You can kind of tell by the way it's all curled up.
Mm.
Interesting.
It's got 2 arrows in it too.
2 arrows, yep, down here below.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think, Tradbo?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Those guys
they
were
had-
full trad.
The latest Matthews wasn't out quite yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, not quite the
whatever.
compound.
I think about that bear and I think about what ranking I'd be in the Pope and Young right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'd
totally,
have to look
man.
that up.
Did you reapply
Oh,
for it?
Roman dial.
Can you reapply? Did you reapply for it?
You can't reapply for the same area year to year. But I could
year after next.
Apply for a different area on Kodiak, yeah.
Yeah. What's your 2023 looking like?
Man, I applied for everything underneath the sun. I applied for another Kodiak. I applied for the Chugiak bow only, sheep, a goat tag that Jack and I have been on before, Eniac, was it muskox, farewell bison,
Nice.
caribou, and the Talkeetnas. Forget what else. Or something else. Oh, and December moose, that same tag.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's you could do an annual on that.
The last tag I had was November. This one's December.
Yeah.
So
What
you
about they opened up that ground squirrel in Eureka.
Oh, yeah. You got to
The
make
larp,
larp.
get the larp going.
Yeah, you get 12 per day.
Yeah. I didn't do the bow muskox up on the slope. I don't know if you guys didn't put
I
it
did.
I didn't do that. You put in for the muskox
I
too?
partied with Chad on it, yeah.
just don't.
Seems like a cool one. I just, I would, if we're already going up there in August, I wasn't going to go twice.
Well, it's
Seems
just like
cool.
it's a good problem to have if you happen to draw it.
Yeah.
It's like, well, make it happen.
Yeah.
I think that'd be pretty hard though, because it'd be like in between the seasons. So to go up there with like the daylight situation and then the weather, like it could be kind of
What's the season on it?
sketchy. It's like
September?
November.
I thought
It's
it
late.
was. Oh, it's that late? I thought it was
Yeah.
a September hunt.
No, it's like
Oh.
I want to say it's. I could look it up, but I think it's late. It's
Oh.
like
It's gonna be
wintertime.
a difficult hunt.
Very.
November, yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you'd
that
have
would
to
be
you'd have to
awful.
go set up
Yeah.
like an Arctic oven somewhere on a halt, like a pull out.
No, you'll have to go stay at BOC. Then,
Yeah, yeah.
You'd
Well-
want to go stay at one of the hotels in Prudhoe. or dead horse.
Okay,
Yeah.
is that what you'd probably end up wanting to do?
Man, I would.
dude. I don't this. Yeah,
Just from working up there and knowing the
So
environment.
you guys would know that. So you got like
Yeah.
me who's dumb, like, take an arc out of them there.
Yeah,
Run the road with
yeah.
the truck and go find one and shoot it.
Yeah, November up there is rough.
Well, think about that one dude that died up here there this last year, just from the fog. You know, he got lost in the fog and he just perished or whatever. He couldn't find his way back.
That would be bad.
Yeah, well, it's every day
Yeah.
like that up there in the winter.
Yeah, I mean, you
You
get
know.
these blizzards where you like in that time of year that you literally like I wouldn't be able to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I've been trapped out overnight before. It's not good.
Are you sure it's November? I thought it was
I'm looking
early.
I thought it was
I'm looking
September
it up.
1st through September 30th is what I thought. Yeah, if you go to the just go to the hunt.
And then traveling to get close to those bison or those muskox.
Oh
At
man,
that time of year, man,
dude, that'd be rough. Yeah,
it'd be cool to do, but you'd be.
I'll look it up. We're gonna go.
Almost there. Got sticky fingers.
That's why I applied for the Aniak one, right? That's the island.
There it
Aniak.
is. DX112. Oh, it is. Oh, it runs all the way through March, so you can run it through the
Yeah,
winter. That's
okay.
where I got that part.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say almost like if you could do the.
Oh, that would be
early or
my
late.
moose. That would be my moose hunt.
I'd
Yeah.
do it in March.
Yeah,
You would do it in March?
or
Yeah.
September.
Oh, really?
Your moose hunt? Is that what you
No,
said?
I mean I would like supplement my
Do
moose
it
hunt for that.
instead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I'd invest my time in that.
I think you're gonna get better meat out of the moose,
Mm.
and you might as well just go up there in March and do it then.
Well, I'll take you guys' advice since you guys see them in their natural habitat more often than anybody else.
They're
And
up
it's
there
both
for sure.
sides of the brooks, right?
Yeah.
No.
It's not just the
No.
north. It's just the north
It's the,
side.
It's the. Oh, it is the north side, east side of the highway.
Okay.
They still the
Interesting.
5 mile.
Oh, is that the Ivashak
Yeah,
right
but
there?
you could just do it archery and not have to worry about like the hiking and dragging it with a sled.
Man, you
type
catch
shit.
one walking down that river, one of those rivers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I would do. That archery is what I would try.
Oh, I thought it was an archery only hunt.
I
It's
think
not.
it is, right?
Okay.
Or is it not?
I thought it was.
No.
Yeah, it says muskox maybe.
Oh yeah,
taken.
it is by bow only.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. It seemed like a cool hunt.
Yeah. Well, shit, dude. A million people.
For some
are gonna
reason,
put in
I
for
thought that
so,
also included
Yeah.
the Brooks range because it would be cool if it was both sides. But
Yeah.
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 Well, Jake, thanks for coming out, man. Thanks for
Yeah.
being
Oh, yeah. Good to see
the
you, Jake.
101st.
Yeah,
The
appreciate
first
you guys
and the
having me.
101st
That's right.
guest.
Yeah.
Always number one, baby.
Number one.
Try to be.
That's rad, man. It feels like it was just like
Wasn't that long
a
ago.
year ago or less, but
Yeah.
it's almost 2 years ago.
You guys happy with the podcast? Yeah.
Yeah, it's been going good,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Freaking cool to see all the guests you guys have.
Yeah. We met a million awesome people.
Well, it's thanks to followers and listeners like you, man.
Yeah.
I know you rep us strong. You're wearing the merch and hats
Always.
and
Gotta rep the homies.
make
That's
us look
right.
good, bro.
Yeah.
With all those reels with Bowser.
Get the
And,
reels up.
it's really Olaf. Let's give
Yeah.
Olaf,
Olaf,
some credit.
man. Let's
Okay.
give Olaf some
He's one
props.
handsome son B.
Yeah.
He's a handsome boy.
Good feller.
Good feller. Good feller.
Real quick, Jake, are you going to be here for the meat party?
I am not.
I
Damn
we
it.
texted about it.
Yeah.
He's gonna be on the slope.
How about the Derby? Are you going to be around for the King Derby?
I don't
You were
know.
last year.
I don't know the dates.
Okay,
That's the 18th, March 18th.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to talk about that. I
Yeah.
hadn't.
I think I'll be gone.
I hadn't planned to take
Yep.
the boat down there.
okay.
You haven't
This
planned
year.
it?
I wasn't planning on it with the last 2 years being dismal.
What about the opening of the ground squirrel?
I'll
Season.
always be there.
Okay. All right.
He's got a
Count
Predator
me in.
rifle now for
I
that.
know that's what I'm saying. You gotta
Count
get that
me
perfect. It's a hand in hand, coyotes and squirrels.
What is this ground squirrel?
You ever see those running around?
That was how I learned how to hunt.
Yeah.
Is on the ground squirrels in
Absolutely.
Dutch Harbor.
Oh.
It was the best thing ever.
Are they fatties down there too?
Oh, just hogs.
Sneaking up with your bow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's fun.
Dude, so fun.
Holy smokes.
The most stalks you'll ever get in a day. So fun.
You turn those suckers into Polish or what?
It's just fox meat.
Just cook this.
Fox meat. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
There you
See
go.
him raw.
There you go. At the Doo on Instagram. Go check him out, man. He's got really cool, awesome stuff out there. What's the YouTube page?
It's just my name, Jake Kueber.
Jake Kueber.
Yep.
Jake Kueber.
Jake Kueber.
Yep.
Check
Yeah.
out Acme Club.
Yeah.
That's Jake's
Yeah.
boys over there.
That's right.
Got some nice merchandise too, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do got
Really
some
You
good
need to
stuff.
learn how to fly. You want to learn how to fly Cubs? Go to Acme.
Yep.
Nice,
Save up your
man.
money. $350K. Get you a Super Cub.
Yep.
Or just
right.
get a
You get to
buddy
choose.
named
You don't get to
Jake.
choose your own color though.
Yeah.
We choose for you.
Full
It's
neon
gonna be-
green.
Yeah, bright green, baby.
Yeah.
Big ol' Alaska Wild Project logo on the side.
Yeah.
We should just build one of those planes.
Yeah, let's do it.
We need an AWP plane.
It'd be fun.
Yeah. That would be
Yeah.
fun.
Ready for
We'll
us?
work on that. Just looking for a sponsor. Shout out. Let's go.
Holla back.
All right.
Thanks for listening, Alaska. Stay wild.
You remember my speaking to you of what I call your overcautiousness. Are you not overcautious when you assume that you cannot do what the enemy is constantly doing?
The Alaska Wild Project podcast is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Barney's Sports Chalet, supplying hunters with the best hand-selected gear since 1963. The exclusive home of frontier gear built for the rugged Alaskan terrain. Your one-stop shop for all your outdoor needs. Visit Barney's today at 906 West Northern Lights.
Arbor Digital, the forefront of digital assets, cryptocurrencies, and wealth management, providing a low-cost, research-based investment strategy for Alaskans looking to invest their hard-earned money. Visit arborcapital.io today to put your money to work.
Tailored Restoration 24-hour emergency home services, helping Alaskans restore their dreams since 1972. Services include fire, water, mold, post-emergency cleaning, repair, and remodeling. Give them a call in Anchorage, Eagle River, Matsu, or Fairbanks. Hit them up at tailoredrestorationalaska.com.
Total Truck and Alaska Overlander, Alaska's premier supplier for custom automotive accessories and overlanding products, providing all-inclusive rental vehicles and trailers custom outfitted to explore the Alaskan backcountry with a unique and convenient traveling experience.
Serrano's Mexican Grill, 2 locations, one on Tudor, one on Northern Lights. The Northern Lights location has their new tequila bar. Check it out. Also see their daily specials at serranosmexicangrill.com.
TheTreehouseAK.com, located at 341 Boniface Parkway, Alaska's own and grown cannabis and CBD store. Ask the bud tender what the strain of the day is to get your 10% off. The Treehouse, where the culture lives.
The Connoisseur Lounge, Alaska's premier locally owned and operated cannabis retailer, located in the heart of Palmer, Alaska. Their cultivated products include Snowcap Romance, Aurora Haze, Super Glue, and much more. Find them at theconnoisseurlounge.net.
AKO Farms, located in Sitka, Alaska, built from the ground up with concentrates as their single motivation, with exclusive products such as their sugar wax, full spectrum diamond sauce carts, and more. Ask your local bud tender about AKO. Marijuana has intoxicating effects and may be habit-forming and addictive. Marijuana impairs concentration, coordination, and judgment. Do not operate a vehicle or machinery under the influence. There are health risks associated with consumption of marijuana. For the use of only by adults 21 and older. Keep out of the reach of children, and marijuana should not be used by women who are pregnant or breastfeeding.
The Bait Shack, located on Ship Creek upstream of the bridge. Can't miss the bright red shack. They are the go-to fishing gear rental and guide service on Ship Creek. Tight lines and fish on. Come hook into the action with them. Hit them up at thebaitshackak.com.
Snow Pro AK, your snow and ice management company specializing in business and residential properties. They know what it takes to keep your property presentable and safe. Give them a call for a free estimate at 280-7098 or visit lawnproak.com. Double Shovel Cider Company, located off of Arctic and 58th. Handcrafted Alaskan-made colonial ciders. They also have a tap room downtown on the corner of 5th and E. Stop by today and taste an award-winning cider.
The Alaska chapter of Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. BHA is the voice of our Alaskan public lands, waters, and wildlife. Their goal is to uphold our hunting and fishing legacy while keeping our public lands wild. Stand up today and join BHA at backcountryhunters.org.
Should you not claim to be at least his equal in prowess and act upon the claim? I say try. If we never try, we shall never succeed. This proposition is a simple truth, and it's too important to be lost sight of for a moment. If we cannot beat the enemy where he now is, we never can. It is is all easy if our troops march as well as the enemy. And it is unmanly to say they